Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. If you're watching this live, if you're part of the replay crew, what is up? What's going on? I'm so glad you guys are here. It's going to be a long one. This is going to be a long live stream. The video I'm reacting to is an hour and 45 minutes. My first goal, is to get through all of it. My second goal is to get through as much as we can together. And then if I have to do a part two, then I'll do a part two tomorrow. That's my goal. What did y'all think of the thumbnail? Let me know in the comments. Also, thank you for all the compliments on the lip color. This is called, I knew I was going to forget it. It's the NYX Lip Lingerie in, I don't remember the color, but I will find out. I'm going to put some gloss over it here in a little bit. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. Today we have the CEO of Pure Romance. Yeah, it's going to be pretty wild. And thank you for all the compliments on my makeup. I appreciate y'all. This video was sent to me, and you know who you are. Thank you for sending it to me. I appreciate y'all. And am I being rated by DC's channel? Is that what's happening? If so, thank you guys so much. And thank you, DC. Try the lip lingerie, Hannah, if you have not already tried it. I'm a huge fan. I typically wear Flaunt It. I just can't remember the name of it. This is a more purpley color. And so we'll talk about Witch Queen Cosmetics gloss I'm going to put over it here in a little bit. Although I know a lot of you that watch periodically or often, if you will, are going to say Moonstone. I already know that's coming. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. If you have not already liked the stream, if you would, that would be amazing. If you're not subscribed and you're like, why can't I comment? Get in here. The live chat is super fun. It's super fun. I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, so this is the CEO of Pure Romance. His name is Chris. I can never pronounce his last name, so we'll just roll with it. And his claims are wild. And when I say that, I mean, not only do I have experience in Pure Romance, but I also have experience with slumber parties. So I know what doing parties is like firsthand. And to watch him backpedal and change his strategy in order to, in my opinion, line his own pocket is wild. That's what we're going to see today. So before I jump on into today's video, let me run my disclaimer and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have to tell you guys before we start this real quick, I was FaceTiming with JJ earlier. I was telling her what this video was about, and we were just catching up because she's been working a lot and adjusting to her schedule. Anyways, that's for her to share if she wants to. And so we were FaceTiming, and she said, imagine being the CEO of a romance company and as a man. And I said, imagine running a romance company as a man that's usually there. You know, we know the statistics. Most women or most people in multi-level marketing is women, and Pure Romance used to be a woman-only type of company that carried products for men. Anyways, I said, imagine owning or running a romance company as a man that's catered typically to women and running it with your mom. Because what? This comment made me laugh. Let me find it. Hold on. This one right here from Elaine. Will his mommy be joining to talk about the products? Imagine product launches. Imagine when they're bringing new bedroom accessories. Imagine all of that. Like, hey, mom, you know, or does he call her mom in the office or does he call her Patty? I don't know. I just find it, I have always found it really odd. That's just my opinion though. Okay, anyways, we have a lot to cover. We're going to try and get through it. I hope you have your favorite snacks. I hope you have some caffeine if you are able to take in caffeine or your favorite drink. And let's do this thing. Oh, I forgot. He has this thing with just the title of Pure Romance for like ever. Ridiculous. Oh, it's still going. Oh, Chris.
Some of you guys have already heard this before. I know there's about 500 people that we've got to present some of the upcoming things that are happening for 2024, which is pretty exciting. So again,
Exciting
hopefully
for
you got
who?
a piece of paper, pen, ready to kind of rock and roll
He calls her Patty.
and be able to kind of go from there. So got a bunch of panelists are on here too as well to kind of help answer questions as we go through. I know there's a Q&A piece of the chat. So if you have questions at any time during that point, you can put them into the Q&A area of the chat. I know that is going to be where they're going to come back towards.
Also, let me add to the disclaimer. The live chat, the replay, this video, the contents of this video, I don't ever say that my channel is for children, but make sure if you are watching this just as extra precaution that you have headphones on and you're not around kids just because of the topic of today's live stream, just as an extra FYI kind of thing. Because we are going to be talking about things just like this comment. So prepare yourselves.
The middle or end of this during each of the different sections, and we'll be able to answer some of the questions as we kind of go tonight. So for most of everybody that's here, I know it's nice to see everybody, kind of give you kind of an update. For some of you I haven't seen in a while, I want to tell you that a couple things. It has been a busy 20 months and probably 14 days now. And I know it's been a very, very long process to get to kind of where we're at today. As you guys know, and we'll be talking about this today, I'll be talking about a lot of things that are going on. But I will want to start out with a couple things. And I think the first and the biggest thing to kind of get everybody, thinking about as we are in this together tonight is that the way that you do business, right? The way that the business has always been done since 1993, since it was founded, is going to be the same exact way you do business in the future, which is this business was built.
What? Chris, I'm probably going to say this 1,000 times tonight on this live stream. Do you hear yourself? You're rolling out changes and telling people businesses, you're going to run your business the same as you always have. This is the same guy that uploaded an unlisted video talking about how the anti-MLM Reddit and Gen Z basically took out their company, took out multi-level marketing. So if you're part of that generation or part of the movement in general, you should be patting yourself on the back. He has since deleted the video, which I find hilarious. Hilarious. I find it. Oh my God, it's great. It's almost like he only wanted certain people to see it. That's odd because now the entire internet sees it. And yeah, so there's that. That's him.
Built on selling product. And that's exactly how, when we all got into this, if it was getting into this in 1993, or if you got into this when I got in 2000, the same exact thing, which was, we were out there for people to get in here, make some money by selling a product. And I think that is still today. So if you're a party thrower, you're going to still be able to throw parties. If you're a person that sits back and says, hey, listen, I'd love to do this through, being able to push this through my selling things online, you're gonna be able to sell things online. If you're somebody who goes, you know what, I like a hybrid type of business where if I can go out there and do a party or do a consultation with somebody or do an event, or if it's something that, you just want to sit back and be able to, go on to TikTok because you like it, or go on to Instagram because you like it, or if you like to do your flash sales because you like it, that's exactly what.
He's missing one important point. People typically sign up for these companies to make money, but the statistics show that people do not make money or they even lose money. In fact, over 99% according to the Federal Trade Commission. So he's talking about all of these different avenues that they can make money, right? For example, if you do a party, it's going to cost you money to do a party. How? You have order forms, you have lap boards, you have giveaways for content or for for games and such. Like I used to do an icebreaker game. I used to do a recruiting game. I used to do a booking game. Plus you have the hostess credit, which is typically 10% of the party sales. That comes out of that consultant's profit. All of these things cost money. So he's like, listen, you can run your business, which we know it's not a business. They get a 1099, which means that they're a contracted worker. And they're, in my opinion, and I've said this on many other videos, they're cosplaying as business owners. They're not legitimate business owners. They're not making decisions on products, pricing, what comes, what goes, pun intended. And, they're not making the typical decisions somebody that actually owns a business is going to be making. They're not. So,
you'll be able to do. Now, there's some really cool stuff that we've been able to build into this tonight that I'll be explaining to you. So if you think about it, majority of people when they are in here, that is where we all had started. Come in, buy a kit, throw your first kind of pop the box party. Then you threw your kind of,
why is it just me, or does this feel condescending in a way? Your little, your kind of box opening, like he's trying to make it sound, I don't know if he's trying to make it sound like he's being laid back about it, like it's no big deal, but to me, I feel like it's coming off as condescending. I could be completely wrong. Let me know what you guys think, but I had to do it, DC. It just
core
happened.
party. You might have had some of your friends over to do kind of a little get together on the products.
A little
Same
get
exact
together.
way that you'll be doing it as we move into 2024.
Hey, Chris, have you ever done a party? I mean, we'll talk about this later, but I'm just curious. Have you ever done a party? No, you haven't. So sit down disrespectfully. Also, I'm wearing my In My Villain Era sweatshirt. In my villain era. That might be my theme for 2024, being in my villain era. Yeah. I got it from In Stitches Apparel, in case you are wanting to get one. I liked the black on gray. They have a bunch of different colors. I'm not affiliated with them. I just I love it. The sweatshirt is good quality. And I mean, I love everything it stands for. Very much in my villain era this year. Yeah.
I know that there has been so many questions, right? Why wouldn't there be? I mean, if you think about it, and I'll talk about it, the industry has been turned upside down, and that's the industry of multi-level marketing and direct sales. For anybody that's out there that knows much about kind of the industry, and for a lot of you, you probably don't really care too much other than you just want to go make some money and be able to do what you like to do because you love the product category, you love talking about kind of the mission in which we operate in, or you just like to be able to go out there and help people with their relationship. There's so many different
and consultants that buy a kit and join Pure Romance are not qualified to help people with their relationships. So don't. Also, I did put the link in the comments, and I just want to remind everybody that is not an affiliate link. This is just a product that I love. And if you guys love it too, I hope you grab something if you're wanting to. And they have some pretty cool stuff. Yeah. I got my daughter a shirt for Christmas and it says tacos over vatos. If you know, you know.
kind of realms of why somebody would get into this, right? And I think that that's the big kind of thing that we're going to make sure that you understand tonight. So many people get onto these things and expect, oh my gosh, there's going to be all these big, huge, changes. And by the end of the night, when you get there, what you're going to sit back and say is there's just evolution. Things have to evolve. Things have to continue to keep moving forward. It goes back to the same things that we've talked about. If you've been to one of the meetings that we would go into the market and talk about, which was, hey, you know what? If you're not evolving, you're going to be going backwards or you might not be in business. And I know a lot of people sat back and go,
I can speak for everybody in the live chat and probably watching the replay, wishing that Pure Romance goes out of business, and every MLM for that matter.
oh my gosh, what's happening with Pure Romance? What's going on? What's, there? And I'm going to tell you, the last 20 months, I feel like some people might be asking the question, where have I been? And
where have you been? Have you been hiding like a coward, Chris? I wish I could say I'm shocked by this, but I'm not. And the reason that I'm saying that is because this individual, in my opinion, is not a leader. Does he have a title as the CEO of the company? Sure. Just because you have a title doesn't mean that you're a leader. A leader is not going to run and hide when things get difficult. A leader is not just, you know, a leader is not going to have to say, I bet some of you have been wondering where I am. A leader is somebody that's going to stand side by side with their quote unquote people and say, this is where we're going. And it's going to suck, but we're going to get through it and we're going to get through it together. You were hiding? Yeah, that tracks, Chris. That tracks.
I said this to the 500 before, is my job is to steer this company and to make sure that we're making the right decisions and steer this company to make sure that not only is this company moving forward in a very positive way, but also thinking about how we set it up for not just the first 30 years we've been in business, but it's also the next 30 years.
It's not going to be around for 30 more years, Chris. I know you know that, especially with the information that you share in this video where you talk about, and we'll get there, but he talks about how they haven't really been recruiting since May of 2021. And it just, everything clicks into place. He's saying all the quiet parts out loud, which I love that. And also, if you are a consultant in pure romance, I highly suggest you get out. I highly suggest that you get away from this company and multi-level marketing companies as a whole. What this man is doing with whoever's he's working with on this is he is taking away more and more money from people in pure romance that are already not making money and or losing money, not and or losing money, in order to try and keep the company afloat, in my opinion. So if you were watching this live and if his video and you're here and you happen to be here because you're like, I don't understand what's going on. When you get out of what I refer to, what I believe is a commercial cult, and you step back and you look at what's really going on, you see that money is being taken away from the distributors. There's a reason why they haven't had a lot of new product launches. There's a reason that they have changed or made the changes that they have, taking away the downline payouts. Yes, that's only going to impact the top 1%, but that top 1% is a chunk that now, in my opinion, is going to be going to the company. So just think about this. I know it can be hard when you're in a multi-level marketing company to when somebody is being critical about what you're participating in. I get it. I was there too. I understand. But think about this. Look at your numbers. Look at the money that you're making or not making. Do a profit and loss statement. Ask for an itemized 1099. See what's on there.
Now, I will tell you, if you think about everything that is put out there, I told people I just didn't have the juice to get onto Rise and Grind every morning, or to get out there and actually do things on Live, Love, Win, or be able to get
So you failed. You made a promise and you didn't keep it. Is that what you're saying?
into the marketplaces, because we had to sit back and think about how does this business evolve or transform in a very, very quick pace of what business is going into today. You're going to hear things that, people are going to say. And again, sometimes it's always the people that are sometimes the loudest, right? Not meaning that they're accurate, but sometimes the loudest that, put these different things into your head, or different things that are going on in the world. It makes me
Are you trying to gaslight people? Chris, my personal request is that this video gets really loud. So if you feel comfortable sharing it, that would be super cool if you would. Because my goal with this video in particular is for those that are questioning being a part of pure romance, for them to say, you know what, this makes a lot of sense now. I didn't understand when I watched Chris's video, but I understand now, and I'm going to look at my numbers. And I hope that people that are a part of this company get as far away from multi-level marketing as possible. That is my goal, is to help people look at their numbers and go, this doesn't make any sense. And then compare it to the amount of time that they are spending trying to get this thing to work for them. While their upline is like, hey, just, keep plugging away, keep going, do one more party. No, don't. Stop. Look at your numbers and listen to that inner voice that's probably like, this doesn't feel right.
Sometimes sit back and go, let people go and let them say what they have to say. You have to focus on what's right, and you have to focus on what is the future of this organization. A lot of people are.
I hope there's no future for your organization, Chris. I should do like a sound effect, like a sparkly something. I don't know.
Here today because of the road shows that we did when I first got in here in 2000. And you think about that, from going from city to city to U-Haul with my mom. Those stories are accurate. Those stories are real. That's how we built the business.
That was 23 years ago, my guy. 24. Excuse me. 24 now. Happy New Year's to everybody. I didn't even realize. Happy New Year's. I hope y'all are doing well. I said that at the beginning, but not the Happy New Year part.
And it was going out there and being able to connect with people, being able to help people
Lisa.
that were looking to be able to make some extra money. Now, what has transpired over that time frame has been that not just Pure Romance has had to evolve, but the way the consumers are buying has evolved.
Yep.
We can't sit back and forget about what happened in 2020 when the world went into COVID. A lot of us didn't even think that we were going to come out of having a business, because everything that we did was based off of a party. Very, very few people were doing anything from a shopping online. Yes, some people had flash sales, but from an online perspective, most people didn't do that. Most.
That is a good bourbon. That sounds divine.
Stores, most locations weren't doing large volumes of online business. And now you see how the customer is wanting to shop. The customer wants to shop the way the customer wants to shop. And you'll hear me talk a lot about that today.
Well, if you're going to talk about that a lot today, Chris, make sure that you mention that people are researching companies and doing the best that they can to not support unethical brands, to include multi-level marketing. And in my opinion, multi-level marketing is unethical. It is a predatory business model where typically you make the most money off of recruiting people, and they're front loading. And if they recruit people, they're front loading, and you make a small commission if you sell a product. But see, here's the thing with Pure Romance. When you are doing a party, if you are somebody that carries inventory, you are taught to replenish what you sold. So it's not necessarily profit. You replenish what you sold because you never know what they're going to want at the next party. You replenish what you sold. Their shipping, Pure Romance's shipping is outrageous. And in addition to that, you have to order all of the kind of business supplies, order forms, catalogs, all kinds of stuff. There's tons of hidden expenses. In fact, typically, if I remember correctly, when I would have people join, I would give them a whole list of things that they needed. So I use spice racks under a tablecloth to give it kind of a raised effect. These are what I suggest that you show at your parties, which is another expense for these people that just started. These are what I would add on. These are the different flavors I would add on. Here's the other supply. It was a whole list. And I don't know. I know I kind of went off on a tangent there, but it is expensive. And we are talking about a group of people that the majority of them are not making any money already.
But one of the things I can do is tell you that, listen, my job was to make sure that I was head down, making the right decisions for the organization, and to stop what I call the 1,000 paper cuts, and really to be able to get into what is the future of Pure Romance and what is the future of where we're going. I know that not everybody.
I think this is just my opinion, but I think the future of Pure Romance, this is my prediction. You guys can, if you're a member, you can drop the prediction emote if you want. What I think is going to happen is I think Pure Romance is or will be looking for some sort of an investor. If that doesn't work, I think they are going to close down. And I think Chris is going to take, again, in my opinion, whatever money they have and him and his family are going to move to Australia and live on the land that they allegedly have purchased already for him and his entire family in Australia. What I learned the other day from the members only live is that you can extradite from Australia. So I hope he does things in a legal way, because if not,
has been happy about every decision that has been made. I know that not everybody is going to like every decision moving forward, right? That's just impossible.
Agreed, Christine.
Because when evolution happens, or when people have to sit back and think about where we need to go as an organization, people are going to gravitate to no change or no evolution, because a lot of people want to stay in the same. It's easier, it's safe, right? And so for me, what we had to think about is what is going to happen inside this organization, this business. And it started back in 2021. I know a lot of people probably don't even think that far back, but the industry really started to change very, very drastically in that time frame. And what I will tell you is the same thing that you will see from companies that do not make these changes, do not make decisions like what we had to make. You will start seeing some of that business maybe deteriorate or maybe go out of business. And I will be honest with you, at times, those are things that I had to sit back and look at as an organization and say, what do we need to do to make sure that that does not happen to us?
Oh, we need to take the downline checks of people that have been super loyal to him and his brand. Now, keep in mind, I'm not defending these people. I'm just strictly talking about what he is doing and giving my opinion on it. I'm not defending people like Heather Pillow and her likes. Absolutely not. However, what I am saying is that he is taking from the people that have recruited, and by recruiting, they have built this company for him. And they, because of the unethical business model, the predatory business model, these people are making, or they were, the most money because they were recruiting and had large teams. So he has now taken that income from these people that have helped him build this brand and is now saying, oh, listen, we've got to evolve. I want you guys to do the same amount of work, but we're going to decrease your commission. You're not going to get your downline pay. And if you do recruit somebody, you're only going to be able to get paid off of them for 1 year. But we're not a multi-level marketing company. We're an omni-channel, because now we're focusing on how the consumers want to shop. Well, what I can tell you is that people are researching the companies that they are supporting with their hard-earned money. So, yes, Chris, kind of, it is really about the consumer and what consumers are buying, but it's that people know what Pure Romance is. They know it's a multi-level marketing company. And yeah, just like Monica just said, it's all going downhill.
When you do that, you're going to have some, damages across the way. You'll have some people that are upset with those changes. You have people that are upset because you don't have teams or downlines or whatever. Teams never went away. People just weren't just getting paid on teams, but they never left.
Then what is the point in having a team, Chris? Oh, his smug face when he says that too. Listen, the team is still there. You're just not getting paid on it. Just like most multi-level marketing business models, you're not getting paid on it. So why do the work? Oh, I'll tell you why. He wants you to continue. You being somebody that's in Pure Romance, because he needs you to advertise the brand. He needs you so that he doesn't have to pay somebody to do actual advertising work. And I know that that stings. I know that that is uncomfortable for many people, especially if you're in Pure Romance. But if you do a profit and loss statement and see what you're spending versus what you're bringing in, what you are doing, in my opinion, is you are working for free in advertising Pure Romance. You can say it's Pure Romance and put your name after it or whatever, but it's still Pure Romance that you're promoting, and you're working for free. And even if you are making an income on paper from Pure Romance, and you look at the time that you are spending, whether it's through hostess coaching, mailing back orders, replenishing, if you do party, your demo, all of those things, replacing products that are lost or broken at the parties, uh, you're losing a lot of money. Yeah. And now he's asking if you're somebody that is building a team or has built a team in the past, and you typically were getting downline pay off of them, or an override check, if you will. I believe that's what we called it when I was a part of it. He's taking that away. And he's like, listen, the team isn't going away. You're just not getting paid for it. Yeah. Who's getting that money, Chris? Oh, Pure Romances. Yeah.
People could have kept working with their teams or organizations and stuff like that.
Okay.
The development, the working with people. You'll start
Exactly.
seeing that more and more organizations are going to go the direction that we're going in, which is essentially meeting the customer where the customer is going to be. And
No.
that's just the truth. Now, when you also look at it this way too, you have what I see is this: companies that are going to kind of survive for a little bit of time in this industry or the way they're selling are just going to recycle people that have been in direct sales before or been in multi-level marketing.
We've seen that time and time again. That's company hopping. We see that over and over and over again. What do? They join a new company, they bring everybody that they can, whether it's customers or former distributors from the previous company. They run up the fast start program. They make some really quick money off of the people that are buying the kits and following them from company to company. And then they move on to the next grift. Shanana Banana and Mary Scott, I'm talking to you. Megan Dessart, talking to you. I could give you a whole list of people that have done that.
And those companies will have a little bit of a runway, but they won't have a long-term
Exactly.
future. And that's the deal. We didn't have to make these changes. We could have kept going down the same exact path. But
Downhill.
that's like kind of being in the middle of the ocean with a bunch of holes in your boat. At some point, you'll make it pretty far and you can continue to keep surviving. But at some point, it's not if, it's when that boat starts to sink. You'll start seeing companies today, actually, two were reported that went out of business today in this industry.
Yep, and that's Tori Bell and Traveling Vineyard. Is that the name of it? The wine one? Traveling? I think that's what it's called. Tori Bell's the eyelash MLM.
Because they didn't make those changes. And that's not where we're going to be in. We've got a mission to go out there and do, and that is to service our customers. That is the mission, to go out there and to make sure that we continue to have products to be able to sell. There are going to be people that are going to lead with fear. Oh my God, change is bad. I want to stay in the party plan side. Of course they do, right? That's an easy side. It's easy to be able to say, I don't want to have that. It's kind of like our kids. Our kids, if you're a parent, have to understand that there are going to be things that are going on, things that are going to continue to be evolving. Doesn't mean you have to learn everything today,
What?
but if you get 1% better each day over the next 100 days, that's 100% improvement.
Okay, Chris. And what happens on day 101? Do you start over, or do you get 101% better? I've never understood this 1% better. Prove It says this all the time. Brian Underwood says this all the time. And it's like, do y'all hear yourselves? 1% better every day? How do we measure that exactly? Is there analytical data behind that?
And that's the thing that we have to remember. You're not going to be able to grasp
Oh.
everything overnight. It is by showing up. It is by committing. It is by making sure that you are dialed into what it
Showing
is that
up.
you truly want to do. I know it's hard sometimes because you're looking at the online pieces, and I laugh about calling fake book because it is. It is, people are going to live a certain kind of, either what we believe is reality or what maybe they think they want us to believe is reality.
What is happening? You know he's talking about somebody specific right now. They always do. Fake book. Oh my God.
What you have to remember today is that you have to run your business for you, and you have to figure out what is going to work for you. And that's exactly what we had to do as an organization. And so tonight, as we go through this, there are going to be some questions that are going to come up. But one of the things I want to make sure that I'm clear about
100%.
is that this business is going to move forward in a direction that has been consistent with exactly how it started. Now, I will say this for the last time, and I'm not going to kind of apologize for it, but I apologize tonight for not being, as visible, but I think everybody can understand you'd rather me go out there and make sure we're making the right decisions, bringing the right team members on, making sure we make it forward and not have that leaky boat in the middle of the ocean.
So you were sinking. That's what you're telling us. Also, if I don't remember who said it earlier, there was a comment and the person mentioned, I think it was Chelsea, let them know ahead of time that, hey, I'm going to be stepping back on putting out content because I'm working on some things to better the company, specifically around these areas. Tell people that. If you're a true leader, that's exactly what you would do. But oh no, you just disappeared because you were too busy plugging these holes in your leaky pure romance boat. Oh, play the video. Good Lord.
And that's exactly what we had to do. So tonight, when we go through this, I know you have questions. I want to make sure I answer that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in to tonight and get this kind of going so we could get moving and ask questions. All right. So let's take a look at what's going to take place in 2024. And that is making sure that we look at the business a little bit different.
That's where I drink that water because I know you are having a hard time with this, my guy. Okay. Let's pick some lip colors. Excuse me. Here's the first one. This is Euphoria. Let me put it up here. Yeah. By the way, this is called Queen Cosmetics, in case you happen to be brand new. I know I'm holding that super awkward. It's okay. And it is a lip gloss that is not gritty. I do have an affiliate code if you are interested, where I do make a small commission if you decide to purchase anything. And if you would like the website, it's queencosmetics.store, and you use my name, Erin Bees, all caps, one word, and it saves you a little bit of money. So this is Euphoria that I just showed you. Okay. I don't think I want to use that one. Hold on. We could do Supernova. That might be kind of pretty. Here's the two together. They're very different. The top one is Euphoria. The bottom one is Supernova. Supernova is one of the newest ones that I got. And then let me show you Moonstone. This is Moonstone. I'm going to put Moonstone on the bottom. So tell me which one you think I should put on that would look good with this lip color. Here, I'll just cover my whole face. Euphoria on the top, Supernova in the middle, and then Moonstone on the bottom. Yeah, Insta Spam is my favorite. I thought that was so funny too. I bought some of these Queen lip glosses and they're awesome, long-lasting, smooth, and really pretty. Yeah, and you can wear them with lip liner. You can wear them just on your lips. You can put whatever lip color under them. A lot of Moonstone. Oh my God, Moonstone. LOL, not Moonstone. I'm so bad. They all look the same to me. I get that. Okay, I'm gonna watch the comments and then I'm gonna play the video here.
And what I want to make sure you understand is 2023 in review was tough. And I know everybody in there, everybody could have made a different argument about what was going on as far as, oh my gosh, there was change that took place with, in 2022 in June about moving away from lifestyle bonuses in the third, fourth, and fifth level. And then we made the change in 2023 at Global Summit, where we talked a lot about, hey, listen, we're going to get out of having downlines and get into the fact of just getting out there and being able to run your business.
Can you imagine being in that room when he announced that? Being one of the top people in the company that has a large team of people that are at this event with you. And then he's like, yeah, we're going to get rid of downline pay. Can you imagine? I want to know, I think I'm going to go with Supernova because that's what a lot of you are saying. I want to know what people were thinking. If you're somebody that was at that event and you would like to speak privately and confidentially, you can message me on Instagram. I'm just curious what that must have been like, because that must have been just atrocious. All right, here's Supernova. Ooh, this is pretty. I just hit the mic. Sorry, y'all. We're professional up in here. There's Supernova. Very pretty. Good choice, you guys.
And being able to sell products. that was very, very tough for people. If you look at it, there was, 1% of the organization was making downline checks. So those folks were a little bit upset. They were,
Appreciate y'all.
oh my gosh, I had worked and I'd built and grown and done something no different than you could sit back and say the top leader in the organization, which is Patty, had the same thing. We saw the business eroding with no new people coming into the organization starting around May of 2021.
I paused it too soon, but no new people coming in starting May 2021. Yeah. I said this on the members only live stream when we were doing like a sneak peek at this. However, if you were part of the anti-MLM movement and you shared any information or commented or watched, you're a part of the movement. You should be patting yourself on the back because you definitely had something to do with that. And I appreciate you. I know other content creators appreciate you. The movement appreciates you. It is a big, big deal that we are together and collectively making an impact when it comes to these unethical companies. And I love that.
Now that was consistent of exactly what was happening inside the industry at that time. They weren't having any new people, any new growth that was coming in. If somebody was inside of having a supplement type of business or a business that had a subscription, the knife did not fall as fast for those organizations as it did for organizations like us. Why? The job market was really, really frothy at that time, meaning people could go out there and get jobs. They were still kind of living off of having the COVID money at that time. And at the end of the day, more and more.
Did he just say COVID money? What? And he also said frothy. That's gross.
People were learning that there was other ways to sell than joining a
Fellow
team
Gen
or
X are
joining
here.
an organization. And that made the decision that we had to, in that time frame of May or April of 2023. Now, what you have to understand is the industry has been in a unbelievable upheaval since that time. Billions and billions of dollars have been lost in the industry. And
Hey, Chris, just a quick question. If the industry has been on the rise, as you said it differently, why did you have to make these radical changes to the compensation plan? I'm curious why you had to take away people's downline pay, but then expect them to recruit and still work with their team. Why did you do that if you were doing so well? Why did you disappear for a while if you were doing so well?
really, the reason is because the changing of new
Jules?
people getting in. Now, there's a lot of people
Welcome.
that are still doing direct sales, right? There are still people that are doing multi-level marketing businesses. But the number of new people getting in that have not been in one of those before have been staggering decrease over the past 18 to 24 months.
We love that. We love that. I'm gonna play the welcome song here in just a second, Jules, but we love that, what he just said. So he's basically saying that multi-level marketing is recruiting people that have been in other multi-level marketing companies. Why do I love that he said that? Because that is telling me, again, in my opinion, that people are joining thinking this company is gonna be different. And why am I excited about that? I'm excited about that because they're gonna learn that it's not any different. The grass isn't greener. They're going to learn it's the same thing. Sure, they might make a bunch of money really quickly off of whatever fast start program these companies have, but it just tells me that people are one step closer to getting out. In addition to the education that is being out there, or that is being put out there, when it comes to multi-level marketing, what it is, what it entails, and the lack of pay is out there because they're not getting people that have not joined a multi-level marketing previously joining a multi-level marketing company. And I think that that is testimony, if you will, to the power of the anti-MLM movement. And I think that that's awesome. And to those people that were in a multi-level marketing company and considering joining or just joined another company, just get out. It's not going to be any different. It's going to be the same old thing as it ever is. The emphasis to recruit. And the sick part about this, if multi-level marketing as a whole isn't sick, we all know it is. isn't sick enough, I should say. He wants you to recruit, but he's taken that aspect of the compensation plan away. Except you get paid for a year. Makes no sense. Anyways, Jules Morrison, welcome. Thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate you so much. This is a great question. I would love to know if Chris and Pure Romance or Patty got any PPE loans. I would love to know that.
And that was the biggest thing. People want to be able to sell products the way they want to sell. They want to be able to buy products the way they want to be able to buy. The internet has changed the game. You know, Facebook has changed the game. Instagram has changed the game. And for sure, TikTok has changed the game.
In addition to YouTube, Reddit. Yeah.
Now, what we have to understand, though, is that one big component is still true, and that is the way that people want to continue to connect. And that is what we're going to focus on, because that is what we've always done, is we've always been able to connect. We've always been able to go out there and do. And one of the coolest parts about our business is our business model has been a business model that has been able to allow people to be able to connect and be able to figure out how the buyer wants to buy. People want to talk about our product because it's something that's still in need. It's still, people want to talk, people want to have it. So what we are working and we've always been thinking about is we need to focus on how people want to buy and not get stuck in the way that we have sold for so many years.
They're in Ohio, Katie.
It's been a kind of a hard, twist as if you think about this. Before, like I said, you get your kit, you pop your box, you have your encore party, and that was basically it. It's gotten a little bit more complex since that point, because now buyers decide that they want to be able to buy in a home party setting, but sometimes they want to buy in their pajamas, right? They want to be able to have a link. They want to be able to buy where they want to buy. They want to be able to do their research where they want to do their research. And us as businesses, and especially that was hard that was one of the biggest changes that we had to think about, is how do people want to buy? And not only how do
typically from a website, unless they're buying something in a store. I mean, I feel like that's not that hard to figure out. Well, how are people buying? Typically from a website, if it's not something they can get locally. Why is that hard for you to figure out? Oh, because they're not wanting to buy from your distributors anymore. That must be hard. Must be hard on the ego, Chris.
they want to buy, but who do they want to buy from? And we can't deny that the cancel culture was absolutely against what was looking at the multi-level marketing business in 2020, with so many people in.
Oh no, honey. It's gone on longer than since 2020. That's him trying to minimize the anti-MLM movement. In calling it cancel culture. That's hilarious. Yeah. People know what multi-level marketing is. People know what network marketing is. People know what social retail, social selling. People know that sometimes these companies like to say they're affiliate programs. They're not. It's just them trying to get away from being called multi-level marketing. They're still multi-level marketing.
Entering that industry because of the simple fact that you had 24 million people unemployed. And like anything, people got into it and they did not make money in it.
Oh my God.
They were feared that they wouldn't have a paycheck. So they jumped into what was some of the easiest thing out there. It's like, okay, I'll go sell or I'll go rep this product. And then they start talking about how they didn't make money or they didn't do this. And of course you would make.
I would love to know who got that $25,000 loan that they didn't have to pay back. You can message me privately if you want, Katie. Or you can put it here and we can highlight it.
Money if you don't put time or effort.
It is public info.
That is what you would see a lot of what transpired or took place. What we have to understand is today, in today's world, we're going to have to make sure that we're focusing on how people want to buy from us. We can't get stuck that we just, sell the one way. And I also have to understand that there are going to be people that come into this organization that want to sell in multiple different ways. And that was a very, very difficult piece because I come from.
Oh, I know that name. Crystal Bowles. Is that how you say her last name? I know that name. 22K of it was payroll. Crystal. I wonder if she has me blocked. Hold on. Let me go to the fake book as he referred to it. Let's see. I'm not going to pull her up because I'm just curious. I just want to look at something. Is this her? I don't think that's her. I know this name. Anyways, I'm going to keep looking. That's wild. For payroll, who are you? Who are you paying, Crystal? Who are you paying? Yourself? Yeah, that checks out.
From a very traditional background, which is
Let's
you
go.
basically book a party, you have 10 of your friends come in, you have a private shopping room, your inventory's there, you're walking out with the night, and you're able to walk home with your money and be able to like shut it off, do whatever you want to do. And that was easy. Then you start throwing in different things like, oh my gosh, there's these flash sales that are going on. And then you look at all the things that are happening on, then you have coupon codes and links and Instagram and all these different things, which I'm like, oh my God, very overwhelming for somebody
No,
that
it's
comes
not.
from a background of tradition. But a lot of people were coming in and saying, look, I really don't want to go in anybody's home anymore. I want to be able to sell the product, but I want to sell it on my own terms. I want to sell it where I want to sell it. And some of my people want to buy products, but they don't want to actually host a party. There's different types of customers out there, and there are different types of business owners. But the one thing that we have to understand is that we have to interact with a brand on their terms. So we have to kind of meet people where they're at. And that was one of the
Oh my
biggest kind of
God.
evolutional changes for us, because the demand of the product is still a very, very high demand. You can't deny that our products and the way our products are superior. You're going to hear people say that there's no difference from this product to that product. I can assure you that our products that we have are our formulas. A lot of other companies out there are selling each other's products. They are selling different things that are out there that try to knock us off. We've had 20 million people that have shopped with this brand.
Chris. Chris. Now, you and I didn't mean to hit the table. Sorry, guys. You and I know what you're saying is not true. We know that there are many other companies out there that have a product called Coochie. Oh my God. Hold on, I want to read this from one of my sources. I asked this person with knowledge on how products are made in these companies and multi-level marketing companies. This person said, hold on. I said, is that true? The PR products are their formulation? This person said, no, it's not true. They have one or two accessories. I'm trying to be careful in how I say that on YouTube exclusively, but they didn't design it or patent them. And she said, what typically happens is they will choose like an extra bit of flavoring or glycerin, but it couldn't be patented. And she said, manufacturers will only allow enough to where their patent covered the product. So you could only make changes up to a certain point, essentially. Yeah. So there's your answer from a source that has experience in this department.
We've done over $2 billion worth of sales, which is well exceeds any type of organization that's out there. But what we have to understand is that when we think about this and the interaction that we have with the brand, and they have to do it on their own terms and how they want to shop, we have to meet them where that is. So we have to be thinking about a couple of things.
He keeps saying that. We have to meet them where they're wanting to buy. That is so easy. It's called a website in most cases. It's not that hard. I missed Brandy's comment about the frothy lips. Oh my God.
People want to buy from people. People want to buy from that funny person that comes in and does kind of like a stand-up comedy act in their house with a little bit of education, right?
No.
They want to shop with the person that actually makes them, that they walk out like, man, that was really good education. And I really
They are not qualified to educate on sexual health and wellness. They're a distributor for a company trying to sell a product. They're not qualified to do any of that.
Got something from that party, to somebody that can run their own lounge that's on Facebook that gives them great information, or basically be able to give them some sort of a newsletter or give them that added value. People want to shop from people that they kind of make, like make them feel good on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. People still want to buy from people. That's not going to change. I don't ever see that changing. But people want to buy from people that represent good brands and brands that.
The amount of sleuthing that is happening in the live chat. Hold on, I have to go back. There are so many people that are or were. Oh my God, Katie, can you send me some of this? That got these loans, that got these PPP loans. Hold on. The 19K one, 14.5K of it was payroll. Who are these people paying? They don't have payroll? What? This is crazy. This Carissa person had a 19K one and a 13K loan, $31,000 approximately. There's the link in case you want it. This is wild. What in the fraudacity? Oh my God.
Are hard to get, and brands that are still what I consider at top level. People want that luxury product for an affordable price. And that's the big.
Chris, first of all, the products that Pure Romance carries are not luxury, and they are definitely not affordable. They're overpriced. You can find something similar for much cheaper from a website. How dare I?
Thing. They also want to make sure that they're shopping from a brand that also has a reliable product. Those things are not going to change. Our whole thing is going to still be the same thing: attract customers and people who want to attract more customers. That's always been it. My mom always said that there's a graduating class every year, and that's going to always stay true. There are new people that are getting into this. There are new people that are.
Hold on. Just a few minutes ago, you said people weren't joining on or around May of 2021. Now you're saying people are joining left and right. So which is it, Chris? Because the sense is not making. You know what I'm saying?
Finding out about exactly what it is that we do. There are new people that are constantly saying, what are the best products that are out there and what can I go out there and shop for? Now, the thing that I could tell you that we need to make sure that we're doing, and why we've had to make so many kind of changes, is because you will understand that in this industry, and when things are changing, I didn't have all the answers. I just kept seeing there's more and more holes that were in the boat.
No.
And starting in.
So at the beginning of this, he was saying that that's what was happening to other companies, that they were noticing these leaks and they were using their fingers to plug the holes and keep things afloat. Now he's saying it's Pure Romance with the leaks in the boat. Huh.
2022, I started making those changes because I was starting to sit back and see some of the things that were happening. A lot of people sit back and think that there's some sort of, like endless, cash tree that's outside. And I love the people that said, God, I made less money this year. Join the crowd. A lot of us have made a lot less money.
Oh, really? I would say, hey, let's see your tax information. Let's see the money that you are making or not making, Chris. But word on the street is he doesn't pay his taxes anyways. So that's interesting. Of course, allegedly. Yeah.
Some of us haven't taken a paycheck in almost 2 years.
Really?
Some of us have had to invest back in $10 million into the business.
Show us the receipts then. Show us the receipts. Because you have said so many lies on this video, on this Zoom, whatever this is. You have said so many lies that I have been able to fact check and that other people are also fact checking. I find it really interesting that we're just supposed to take your word for it. Because if it were you that is not taking a paycheck, why wouldn't you just say, I haven't taken my CEO pay in 2 years? Why are you like, well, join the club? A lot of us aren't making any money. What? Come on.
To make sure that we continue to move this business forward, because this was a legacy that my mom started in 1993.
Oh, and by the way, since we're talking about the legacy, why don't you tell the whole story about how Pure Romance came about? Tell the entire story, Chris. Don't leave anything out. Don't leave anything out. It's quite the story. Not mine to tell, but hopefully one day I will be able to tell that, because I think it would answer a lot of questions for a lot of people.
There are a lot of what I call trolls that are out there on Facebook, on Instagram, and would love nothing more to see this thing fail.
I mean,
But the problem
I'm not a troll. I guess some people probably think I am, but I would love to see Pure Romance go under. I also would love to see Love Winks go under. Shout out to Jamie Lamp, the president, who is now a distributor in Love Winks, trying to keep that company afloat while board members are leaving and recruiting into another company called Athena. Athena? Yeah. So I would love to see those companies go under. I think there's better and more discreet and more ethical companies to spend your money on.
is they forgot the group that we have, the consultants we
They're
have
so
are a
strong.
lot stronger, a lot more driven, a lot more passionate. And typically negative people put out negative vibes. And that's what's happening, why they get negative information or probably
What?
negative funds back.
What? Chris, you really tried hard on that. Yeah. People pointing out that your company is unethical for so many reasons. So many reasons. It's not negative. That's just facts. And facts are not attacks, my guy. They may be uncomfortable for you, but you can't tell me that you didn't know this when you took over allegedly in 2000. You can't tell me your mom didn't know about that in 1993. You can't tell me that. Because I know the whole story. Well, most of it. Yeah.
See, you can't get caught up. And that was the other thing. You can't get caught up in sitting back and going
Thanks,
through all
Andy's
the
Web.
different chat pieces, because most people that are saying the stuff that they say are uneducated.
What? Not you trying to negate anybody speaking out. Listen, they're uneducated. I was a part of that company, so I know firsthand how this company operates and how they move. Is that uneducated, Chris? That's cute. Andy's Web, thank you so much for the super chat. He's giving vibes just like an old boss of mine. When I said that when my dream car was a Prius, he replied, well, keep dreaming. Same energy. Agreed. Agreed. And thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Because they really, truly don't know. I've never been in an industry before that it's a 5-day resignation from an organization.
What? What is he talking about? Lushy, what is yeah. Lushy, Auntie Lushy is very educated on this topic. What is he talking about? The 5-day resignation? What? Also, we have a visitor. Come here, Mama. Come here. Come and say hi. Can we take a Luna break, you guys? Come here, baby. Come here. Come and say hi. Hi. She's gonna, rub on my legs a little bit. Okay, come here. Come here, you. Come and say hi to everybody. Come and say hello. Got some purring for you guys. Here's our toe beans. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? You want to purr on the mic? Because I know you like that. You good? You just needed to say hi? You gonna put your paw on my chin? Okay. Yeah. Also, Andy's Web. I agree with Rebecca. I'm glad that's an ex-boss of yours because, gross. Hi. You just wanted me to hold you for a minute. Can y'all see her face? Hi. What are you doing? I would kiss you, but I have lipstick and lip gloss on. Okay, here you go. Thanks for coming to say hi. All right, back to work we go.
I've never been a part of anything like that. But it is something that when you think about it, you sit back and go, why does that
She
happen?
loves y'all too.
It's because that look at me society. And instead of just saying, you know what, I learned some really good development tools. I was able to really grow. I was able to learn how to stand up in front of somebody and speak. I was able to learn and make some money. I was able to learn some really good techniques,
Money,
meet some
huh?
great people. But that's called integrity. When you think about it,
Chris, when you think about it, it is ironic hearing you talk about integrity, the CEO of a multi-level marketing company. Wild.
promise that we're going to make sure that we make here is making sure that we have the latest technology for you. Reliable information, fast service, superior ingredients, quality craftsmanship and material.
That sounds like a combination of, I said this kind of on the members only live the other day, but it sounds like he's trying to sell you high speed internet and combining it with like Papa John's, better ingredients. What does it say? Better ingredients. I can't remember, but that's what it sounds like to me. He's trying to sell you high internet, high speed internet. Good Lord. And combining it with Papa John's, better ingredients. That's Papa John's, right? Oh, anyways, wild.
That's going to continue to be the same thing that we do. When you think about
this song stays on my playlist. This song is on heavy rotation. Yes. And if you guys don't know who that is Old Dirty Bastard from the Wu-Tang Clan. Heavy rotation.
Products that we've had and the people that we do. In 2024, I was very clear. It started to make sure, I know people are going, oh my God, the back orders, or we had this. We talked about, we were trying to get out of as many of our products that we had. If some of you have been in this business for a period of time, you also understand we haven't truly really had any new products since 2019.
Uh-huh.
A lot of you know that.
I bet if they did put anything out that seemed new, I bet they pitched it as new. Whether it was new flavors of products or something like that, I bet that they had some sort of launch and it was just old products that they repackaged. That's just my opinion. I'm not stating that as a fact. But if you're not putting out new products, because he said, we really haven't had, so they've put something out. But if they haven't had their traditional, I think Auntie Lushy said quarterly new products, that costs money. A lot of money. And if they don't have the money to be doing that, that must be one of the examples of the hole in the boat.
A lot of you sit back and go, gosh, why haven't we had anything? It's because when we bought our products, we got to remember we were killing it from a business perspective because we had so many people coming in.
Can you define killing it, please? Can we assign some sort of analytical data and compare it to other years, please? And thank you. Okay.
And we had so much inventory, just like everybody else. If you think about this, if you would have bought a bike in 2021 or 2022.
Does anybody else think it's weird that he's comparing bikes to Pure Romance products? I mean, I guess. You know.
You couldn't find a bike or bike parts for that matter.
What?
Right now, if you go online to the holidays, there are so many bike sales because there are so many people that are over inventoried on bikes or TVs or the.
Is this some sort of a weird explanation, example of supply and demand? Because that is a weird thing to compare it to.
Things that were happening because consumers were chewing up things so fast. Most companies are starting to become at a point where they're starting to become flush with their inventory or get back in a normal situation. And that's exactly where we're at. We have 43 products that we're launching from January all the way through April. We have probably almost over 100 products that will
Oh my
launch
God,
between
Randy.
now and January, all the way through the end of the year. You're going to constantly see new things that are coming up that it can spark interest with your customers, spark interest with the people that you're doing business with. Our goal is to make sure that you have new things, that you have something to go out there and be able to share with your organization or share with the people that are out there doing business with you. Now you get to choose how you do business, right? You can choose to do business the same way that you're doing today and nothing changes. So if you want to hang up and get off the Zoom right now, that's exactly what it is. There's no big aha moments. There's no big whatever. You could continue doing business the
Y'all are wild in the chat and I love it so much.
same way that you've been doing the business. That means if you want to continue doing parties, do parties.
Okay, seriously, what's crazy about this is he's changing everything, it seems like, when it comes to the comp plan. But he's still expecting people to do things like they've always done it. So leaning in heavily on recruiting, but they're not really getting paid after the first year or so. It makes no sense. Hey, Chris, that money that you're taking away, and I'll get into the math here in a little while because he gives an example and it's very interesting. Anyways, why don't you take the money that you're wanting and currently, in my opinion, taking from distributors in the company that have recruited teams? Why don't you pay actual advertising? Have an advertising team that does legitimate ads and such. Why not go about it that way?
If you want to continue driving people through your codes and through the things you're doing, keep doing that. If you're sitting back and saying, you know what, I just really like to do events, you could do that as well.
All that
You could
costs money.
choose a new way of doing business, which is ultimately, man, you probably might have been really hot in one area or the other. It could be,
What?
I'm really good at doing the parties, and maybe I want to learn a little bit about sharing this thing. I keep hearing them talk about some affiliate. People keep saying, what does this affiliate mean? Which we'll be talking about tonight.
Can't
The
wait.
one thing that you can understand too is that we are going to continue having generous buying discounts. The one thing I
Mhm.
will tell you that it is true is that tonight, starting January the 1st, that everybody in
What?
the organization that is a consultant with us, that is a consultant that is going to be exclusive with the organization, will be able to shop at that 50% on the back office, right? I think that's a huge W, huge win. There also is the ability, like you guys know too, as well, that we constantly run daily sales and promotions and things like that, that we don't go out there and tout. That's inside baseball. That's for you. That's for
That's inside baseball. Hey, Chris, that's not a thing. I don't know why I think that's so funny tonight, but that's really funny. Daily sales are just a way to get consultants. I was going to say consumers, consultants who are the consumers. Uh, it's a way to get them to buy the products.
when we're running things and we're running specials. Those are things for you. We're going to continue to be able to do those into 2024. But we're going to be able to have 4 different kind of paths that people are going to be able to choose from. And as we understand it, people are going to have to make some decisions, right? Which is this. You
Get
could
out.
continue to do what it is, which is being a consultant, which ultimately the top 2, content creator / affiliate and consultant, is what everybody that's on this call is right now. That is what you are doing in the business. Nothing changes. That's exactly what you're doing. The only thing that I'll talk about is there's a better way to do the affiliate program, which is being able to share links, which we'll be going into a lot tonight. But if you're a consultant and you just like to go in the back office and be able to buy product and be able to turn around and sell it because you get your 50% discount doing your parties, doing your events, doing your Shopify, do it. But the one thing that I didn't like about the top 2, pictures is the content side, content creator affiliate. The one thing is we had to replicate a website. I would say it was archaic at best. We tried to make sure that we would give
The replicated website is basically, for those that don't know, it's the website. So mine used to be Slumber Parties by Aaron. That's what that is. It's a customized website. situation.
A website to you for use for you to be able to say www.lucy.pureromance.com, whatever. But what we kept finding out is this, is that that's not how people want to shop. People don't want to just be dropped onto a website.
Well, first of all, typing that out, those websites were so long, like Slumber Parties by Aaron, PR by Aaron, or whatever. I don't even remember what my Pure Romance website was. They're so long.
People don't want to just go to a website. They want the products to be handed to them. They want it to be actually served on a platter. They want to be able to go out there and say, you know what? When I'm doing my TikTok, my Instagram, my Facebook, or I just want somebody to shop with me, I want to be able to send that Twilight mood to them, and they can click on that and be able to shop for that product, see all the like products that can go underneath of that in a better way that it doesn't break on Facebook. It doesn't break on Instagram.
So the replicated websites were not working on stories and such, it sounds like, when people would put it in their stories on Instagram or Facebook and you could attach the link. That's what that sounds like. Interesting.
Instagram, and that it's always attributed to that person that sends that link. You're going to hear about a product that we are kind of are partnering up with, which is Impact. Impact's a great overall site because what Impact allows us to do is allows you to have all the information that you're going to need to do to run your business. And some of you are probably going to be more excited than ever because you're going to see clicks, you're going to see revenue, you're going to see conversion rate, you're going to see that those people that are doing business with you, you'll have a much better dashboard.
Let's think about this for a second. If you were a business owner with your own website, the second that you started your website, you would be able to access in some way, shape, or form the analytical data around or from that website. This is something they're just rolling out in 2024. And he said they started in 93. So you can't tell me that Pure Romance hasn't had access to all of the analytical data, the clicks, the demographics of where they're clicking, what products you can't tell me that Pure Romance hasn't had that, but their distributors have not had that. That to me is a great indicator of these are not people that own a business. It feels to me like they're renting, if you will, the replicated website through their annual distributor fees. That's what that feels like to me.
You'll be able to see the things that you want to share with your people in a very easy, simple way. The same platform that people from Nike use or Uber uses or different groups like Levi's Jeans and other locations.
Not the name dropping.
Those top two things are...
I said that in my Khloe Kardashian voice. I can't remember her name. We were talking about the person on TikTok. She's incredible. I love her videos. And every time I talk about her, I'm like, I can't remember her name. She impersonates the Kardashians. And every time she's impersonating Khloe in some sort of a skit, she's like, Khloe says, not the Diet Dr. Pepper. It's so funny. I know y'all are going to tell me who that is, but it's amazing.
But some people might just choose tonight or choose over the week that they just want to be an affiliate. And that's an amazing way to be able to do it too. You can go out there and just share it, but you can also decide that you do both. Maybe you want to do parties 3 times a month, and then you're going to be able to share your content every day on Instagram and TikTok or whatever you might do. And that code, there's some people that never want to pack another order in their life, and they just want to share a code and they want us to do all the work. Cool. That's how it can work. But those are the things, if you think about what that...
But what are they sacrificing, Chris? Tell everybody in plain language, minus the word salad, what people are getting or what they're sacrificing. He'll get there.
Biggest change was, I think it's going to be on that affiliate piece. And that is going to be the area that you have a truly powerful tool that now is put into your hands to be able to operate and use in your business. We have a whole team that's behind that we'll be introducing tonight and kind of talking about what that looks like.
Yeah, I said this on the Members Only Live the other day. I've had experience with working with a team of people that are designed to work with specific groups of people within Pure Romance. When Slumber Party was acquired, purchased, however you want to word that, by Pure Romance, they had a whole apparently, allegedly. They had this whole team, this whole group that was supposed to be helping with us transitioning over to Pure Romance. Keep in mind that these were rival companies in a sense. Yeah, they were rival companies. And then all of a sudden, to find out that you were a part of Pure Romance and you get an email and it's like, hey, welcome to Pure Romance. And we're like, what is going on? I know the rest of the story now. Again, not my story to tell, but that was my experience. And in this transition team, if you will, it was very clear that the only team that they really cared about was Dana Barish's team. Dana Barish, that's not her last name anymore, but and she's not even in PR anymore, but I just learned that the other day. Thanks, Lushy. But yeah, it was very clear that they were just interested in getting Dana and her team. Gross.
We also have a retailer, which is, we'll talk about that small boutique, and also the professionals that are out there, our doctors. Starting with the consultants, it is kind of the wholesale way of building your business, right? These are going to
Have a
be
good one
people
too,
that want to
sisters.
stock the product. They want to be able to continue to go out there and have it on hand, and they want to be able to make sure that they are going and being able to sell in multiple channels. A consultant pretty much with us, or a distributor with us, is going to be able to do exactly what they're doing right now and have
I'm
their
glad you got
affiliate
out.
link so they can be able to do the business exact same thing.
Yep.
It's just going to be two different areas. The affiliate piece will be in a whole nother kind of dashboard and setting where they can play around with it. They can do the different stuff they need to. They can set up their campaigns. They'll know months ahead of time what we're going to be running so they can be able to run it. And then they'll be able to do the stocking, wholesale parties, everything else that they want to do. But we also will start looking at sexual health educators.
Oh my
There's been
God.
several groups that have reached out to me this week, which we'll talk
What
about
groups?
in our professionals. Our small retailers, there are a ton of little boutiques, salons, tattoos, parlors, massage therapists that are starting to want to have some of our products in there.
Massage therapists wanting sexual health products? Oh, okay.
Now, think about this. For years, we've kind of had stayed away, but what we have to understand is it goes back to meeting the customer where the customer wants to
Tattoo
shop.
parlors.
There was one of our consultants out of the top 500 that I was able to talk to, and her sister has a small salon, and she just wants to carry a couple of our products like Basic Instinct, Coochie, and a couple other products that we have. And she just
Guys, I need you to imagine going in to get your hair cut. Let's say that you're one of those people that you bring your kids if you have kids. You all go in at the same time and you get a haircut. And your kid comes up to you and is like, "Mom, what's coochie?" "Dad, what's coochie?" Imagine. Yeah, Katie, he said coochie with his whole chest. Yeah. He said coochie. Yeah, that's the name of their shave cream. Mhm.
want to be able to sell them. She's always loved our products, always wanted to be able to have it. But she's like, I have so many people come in and ask me about these products, or ask me because I'm wearing Basic Instinct and because my sister gives it to me. Now I have an ability that I could possibly make a little bit of money. Yes, you can. Now, this isn't big for big market like Walmart, Target, those types of people. This is for small business owners that are out this. This is not for sex toy shops and for, adult product shops. This is for smaller business owners that are out there.
What?
And some people will be like, look, this is actually good. I have a friend of mine. And yes, if you have a friend of mine, you have a boutique, but guess what? You'll hear tonight. It's not just buying a kit anymore. You can't just get into this business anymore. We have to interview everybody that's going to be coming through the doors because we need to know who's representing the brand.
Oh my god. And who's gonna be doing the interviews, Chris? That's what I wanna know. You're gonna be interviewing people that are gonna be representing the brand. Have you interviewed people that became distributors over the last however many years? No. And they're the ones that have been doing all the work.
We need to find
Come
out
on.
what it looks
Hi,
like.
Karina.
We also are going to have content creators. These are people that just want to promote the product by sharing an affiliate link. These are individuals that don't have any interest in stocking,
Are you paying them for their content, or do they have to purchase the product and then they just share a link hoping? I keep throwing that. I'm sorry, guys. That's loud. Are you paying them for the content?
Now, some of the, these are people that just truly want to be a content creator and affiliate. But most of you do a dual hybrid business. So
Of
you'll get
course.
a link and you'll also be able to buy on that wholesale site. Professionals. Just the other day, we've had doctors' offices that have reached out to us. One of them, Cleveland Clinic, has reached out and said, listen, this is awesome. We never really could do any work with you when you were a multi-level marketing company.
And why would that be, Chris? Why would somebody, not a company, a business, whatever, why would they not want to work with you as a multi-level marketing company? Which, by the way, you still are. Just because you've rebranded in your own mind, I guess, as an omni-channel, you're still multi-level marketing. Yeah, you're just not paying all the downlines, but you're still encouraging recruiting and you're still encouraging people getting paid. It's just for the first year. It's pretty crappy, actually. I feel like what he's actually trying to do is just pushing out all of the consultants and getting people to become more affiliates. And I'll explain the numbers here in a little while.
But one of the things that we do know is that you have some of our best products, or that you have. We love your Just Like Me. We love your dilator set. We love O. And we'd like to be able to start referring that. Now, some of them, Cleveland Clinic is going to be one that's going to stock some of them, but then there's another group that's going to be here local.
Can we, as a small portion of the anti-MLM movement here, would it be possible for us to send some emails to the Cleveland Clinic, if you feel comfortable doing that, and expressing how concerned we are that they are going to be working with a company called Pure Romance, and, diving into that? Would that be possible? Would that be, I feel like that would be beneficial, Yeah, send some emails, and I just think that that might be a good idea,
In Cincinnati, one of our biggest hospitals, that has asked to be able to use a link. And that link is something that will be able to be an affiliate. So they don't have to stock. They can also be an affiliate at the.
I'm sorry, what? A hospital sharing an affiliate link to an MLM company? I feel like that's another email that needs to be sent. I don't know who we would send it to, but that can't be ethical.
Hospital, and be able to give this to their patients, and be able to right away be able to send the exact link to the exact product, and be able to. There are a lot of sexual health coaches. There are huge influencers that are in the sexual health and wellness game that have found out that we have this and are able to represent our products. They've had to do what I call subpar products for long times, and that's their words, not my words.
Hang on, yet another contradiction. He calls them subpar, but then says that's their words, not my words. So whose words are they, Chris? I feel like we should have done I'm not that tech savvy, to be quite honest with you. Shout out to my fellow Gen Xers. But I feel like we should have done a contradiction counter, because
now at the end of the day, they can start repping the number one brand that's out there, because they didn't want to have to be part of a team. They didn't want to have all of these other different pieces. And they needed something that was easy. They don't want to stock any product. They want to do content. They want to do content, and they want to be able to go out there and share the link of the lubricant of the product that they like. Now, what I'll tell you though, is if you think about content creator, I saw a consultant put this out there before. How many people do 500 a day on their content, on their affiliate programs or online?
500 a day of what? Are we talking about dollars? Are we talking about views? Are we talking about comments? Are we talking about likes? What are we talking about? 500 a day? You're reading notes, so it shouldn't be that difficult to identify what we're talking about here.
Very, 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 very few.
What?
Very few. This is a really hard game.
Game?
You have to be committed to it. This is what I consider a lot easier to do, because once you book that party, you're auditioning for the next party and next event. This right here is going to have to take time. It takes 6 months to really build and really be able to drive. But everybody's so infatuated by doing everything online, and so many people are infatuated by doing things to create new content. Now, what I will tell you is that's probably the hardest thing for a lot of people to do. But we're going to have sessions that we help each other, which we're going to have creator conferences. We're going to have trainings where you can dial in and you can figure out how to work with some of the best people. Some of it will be things that we do in-house with each other. And some of it will be, we'll find creators that will help us with creating new stuff and getting expertise across the industry for this affiliate program.
What?
Now, when you think about a consultant, it's really consultant distributor of the same things. But one of the things that we had to sit back and think about is that we know that the world is changing. We're committed to having a channel that sells with a network of professional
Ready.
consultants. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that want to represent the brand. I would say for, years, the last, several years, there's been too much gray that has been out there. And one of the things that we want to do is that we do want to sit back, and what we do is special. We need to normalize the conversation. We need to break through the stigma. We need to provide recommendations that.
Didn't he say they were like the #1 brand a second ago? And now he's like, we need to break through the stigma. We need to make it a household name. Something like that. What? What? Oh man, I hope you feel better, Katie.
Enhances another intimate experience for somebody. We have to understand what we influence is by customers. 15% of people buy because the data are facts. 85% of people buy is because of they want a testimonial about something. And that's exactly what they do online. Online sales can be a transaction though. And some people could think online can be cold, or, it could be a click, buy and done. We need to own what we do best. If you feel this way, that online sales transaction can be cold and it's just a click and a buy, you need to own what you do best. And we need to own that as well. I know what we do best from a party perspective, but man, I will tell you, we've seen some really good people out there driving some really good content online. And that's the cool part about how we operate. Relationships, education, and guidance is what we provide to our buyers, the people that are shopping with us.
The people that are selling pure romance online at parties are not qualified to help with any of that.
We also provide that to people that are going to be working and selling and being able to represent the brand. Up next, the ways you'll find out that you're earning.
Up next. Was he supposed to read that in his notes? That reminds me of the previews from Sister Wives, where they go to a commercial and they're like, up next, or it's the preview of the next episode. Up next.
More money in 2024. Buying discounts, cashback bonuses, which is AKA retail sales, revenue share, and also referral bonuses about what we'll be doing. I'm going to pause there and make sure, Cheryl, was there any kind of questions that came up through the chat that were asked, or
Cheryl,
about anything?
I think the team has done a really good job at keeping up with questions. I think there's definitely some excitement with the different ways that we can sell now. So I think we're keeping up with you for sure.
All right, cool. Let's get into this, because this is going to be a piece that I want to make sure that we expand upon. Exclusive versus non-exclusive, right? So I think this is an important piece. I think in today's world, you know what? I'm not afraid to put our products out against anybody's products that are out there, right? And so for years, there's always been this thing that.
Then do it. I dare you. I dare you to compare your products that you can find on Adam and Eve. I dare you to find products that are similar, if not the same exact thing, on Amazon. I dare you.
That I would believe that the overrides and some of the other stuff would be what I call handcuffs, right? So, and that was kind of the industry that we had come from. As an industry, I really kind of never understood. I like to sell product. I like to brand. I like to build brands and like to market. But let's talk about this. There are going to be this conversation that comes up at exclusive consultant versus non-exclusive. And this is the thing. Pure Romance is a source of bath, body, lingerie, bondage, lubricants, and sex toys and enhancement products. They promote Pure Romance exclusively for these items. That is what we do. Now, when you think about it, if somebody wishes to sell something of these products, that are not our products, right? They're going to be a non-exclusive consultant. We are looking to make sure that means if you're non-exclusive, you will not participate in any of our stuff that we have, i.e. cashback bonuses, referral bonuses, trips, anything like that that happens. These people are just buying our product from us. That's what it is. And so at the end of the day, when you look at that, there has to be a very, very clear define what it is. An exclusive consultant actually is somebody that is going to be able to partake in every aspect of the incentives, every aspect of the bonuses, every aspect of what we do here at Pure Romance versus being a non-consultant, non-exclusive consultant. A non-exclusive consultant is going to get this. They'll get no access to incentive trips, daily sales, bonuses, but we have people that just want to buy our products. I've been hit up by a lot of people that have asked that same question. Great, you want to buy our products because you know that you can't find main attraction. You cannot find some of our toys. You cannot find the air technology that we have. You cannot find those products because we own all the patents to those products. Great, awesome. You can buy those products, but you're not going to be participate in daily sales, trips, recognitions, or any incentives. The people that are exclusive will get to have full access to everything that we do inside of Pure Romance. The thing is this, I feel like if people want to be here, they want to be here. And that's what it is. And if you're going to be here and you're going to be
He sounds so mad right now.
fully committed to the business, we're going to be fully committed to you. But we also know that there are going to be people that want to sell, things that we don't have. And at the end of the day, you know what? That's awesome. And we want to give people an opportunity because we do know that the sales that we have and the products that we have are the best in the market. And that's an important. The one thing that we have to do is that we are going to be working off of no more retail sales. You're not going to hear that really ever as far as in the business. Everything that we'll be doing is talking about net sales. Now, the one thing that you will have is
They're going away from retail sales to net sales, what it actually costs the distributor.
Will be a big, there will be a change as far as a monthly minimum that you'll have to do to be a consultant for our distributor for the organization and keep your 50% buying discount. Now, some people are going to decide that they definitely just want to be over here on the affiliate side and receive their percentage on what they get on their affiliate side and be able to ship their codes. One of the big things that we had to take a look at is raising the actual minimum, right? And I think that was the biggest thing. In the vast majority of the stance, retail is this. It's retail is minus 50% is your net, which is 50%. Okay. That is the biggest thing that we have to understand. Our consultants, one of the biggest things, if you're going to order from the online office, right? And that's where if you're going to be stocking.
This is where the math example starts. Let me preface this with a very smart human being told me many years ago that if you want to make any changes to a company like Pure Romance, it's going to cost money. And you have all of the expenses, if you will, in a pie chart. And so if you want to change something, if you want to add something, if you want to make something different, chances are that's going to cost money. And so you're going to have to take that money from another piece of the pie. And I just want to preface this section with that particular information. So
doing that kind of stuff. The big thing that we're going to be moving to is that you need to place a $200 net purchase every month, which is
that's $400 retail every single month, FYI. So what I said the other night on a members only live is they're still going to be paying tax and shipping and all of that on the retail price. But it's, you know what I'm saying? It's getting a little sketchier for me.
essentially somebody that is doing $4,800 in sales, what we look at as retail sales before. That's in a year period of time. When you look at this, what we're trying to
Why did he go from an annual or go from a monthly example to an annual? Why did he do that? Because that sounds kind of shady. It feels a little deceptive to me. I don't know.
do is this. most people that are getting into this business, if you're doing less than $200 or basically $400 a month in retail sales, by the time you start calculating in the shipping that it's going to cost you to get there, the shipping that you're going to have to ship out to the people that they're here, your credit card transaction fees on that, you might as well just go and sell through an affiliate link and be able to collect that 35% or that 25% or the 30% that you'll get on your sales. There's no sense in getting into this and losing money. I don't want to have the cancel culture that you didn't buy enough inventory or the people that come in here didn't buy enough inventory. All they have to do is be able to share that code, make their percentage, and that check comes to them. When you start inventorying and you start going down this direction, you need to understand that you're building a business for a long term. And I know that this piece will kind of deter some people from shopping on the online office. And that's okay, because I would rather them make money than just buy a bunch of inventory and have it sitting at their homes. Or
Oh my God. Why am I reacting like this? Well, one, I know, well, let me not say it that way. In my opinion, Pure Romance has made the majority of their money off of distributors front loading, off of people building their inventory, replenishing their inventory, adding the new lines that used to be launched quarterly. This is how they've made a lot of their money as Pure Romance, the company. So now he's trying to use this virtue signaling, like, it doesn't make any sense for people to carry a bunch of stock if they're not making any money. It just doesn't make any sense. I want people to be making money. You're better off. Thanks, babe. You're better off becoming an affiliate and getting a 25 or a 30% buying discount and having the shipping taken care of. Well, here's the thing. Even if the affiliates are at a 25% discount, the consultants at just a few minutes ago, he said would be getting 50%. So 50% as a consultant minus 25% for an affiliate is 25% income for whom? Oh, for Pure Romance. So let's think about this. Let's and I know you guys are. I know that you're here with me, right? So he's increasing how much people have to pay a month to stay active to $200 net or $400 retail. Okay. He is taking away the downline pay. He is drawing this example, which goes against everything that he has pretty much ever said about how to be successful in Pure Romance. What he's doing here is he's pushing consultants out of this company because he doesn't want to pay them. Because, in my opinion, Pure Romance is in such dire straits when it comes to their finances that he's trying to collect any kind of income that he can from anywhere. And so he's presenting this like, listen, if you become an affiliate or a content creator or whatever he has titled this thing that he's going to interview people to do, then he only has to pay them 25%. He doesn't have to pay them incentives. He doesn't have to pay them contests. They're not eligible for the daily sales, but he gets that 25% instead of them being a consultant. So think about this. And my husband and I were actually talking about this earlier. If people are downgrading, if that's a possibility, I'm not sure if it is, and they're able to downgrade from a consultant or change from a consultant to an affiliate, he just gave Pure Romance a 25% increase in income. Think about how many distributors are in the company, how many consultants are in the company. Imagine if hundreds of thousands, I don't know how many people are in the company still, but let's just say there's a large quantity of people because this company has been around for a long time and they change from the 50% buying discount to the 25%. Imagine what that's going to do for the finances for Pure Romance, not for the people, for him. And then he's paying them a very small amount and they're working as the advertising team and he's still not really paying them for it. You see where I'm going with this? Crazy.
buy inventory that they're not going to make a lot of profit on. That was
Brian,
a big
that's funny.
thing. I've sat back and watched too many people over the years that have went out there and placed small orders. All of the orders that you see that come in that are $45 or $50.
These are all things that were part of the way that he would encourage people to buy inventory. You can't sell it if you don't have stock. Women want instant gratification. They want to go home with their products that night. Make sure to have stock. Make sure that you have multiple flavors. Make sure that you have multiple scents. So for him to double back and literally do a 180, in my opinion, it's only because this company is not doing well financially. If you do a Google search, I don't know if it's this way for everybody, but the other day I just did a Google search. Our multi-level marketing companies in a decline, and it brought up instantly that it was that MLMs are down 40% in 2023. So, interesting, but I think that the moves that he is making are telling us very clearly the financial situation that Pure Romance is in.
When you go to the online office, you must do a minimum of $200 in net purchases, and it has to happen at one time. So it cannot be that you could place a bunch of orders, because I don't want you to get hurt in shipping and handling. And that is more of a protective measure than it is anything else.
If you really cared about the cost of shipping for your distributors, you wouldn't offer daily sales. What?
Why? Because in the years past, we didn't have the ability to have where you could be able to have an affiliate program and to be able to make this where we were able to ship that product on your behalf. I would rather you be able to take your profit from that. And then as you start building it up on that affiliate program,
All of a sudden, he cares about the distributors and them making money. Isn't that fascinating? Hey, Vin.
Oh,
I'm live. What you need?
can I have Nick's number?
Can you have what?
Nicholas's number.
I don't have Nicholas's number.
No, like, can I put it in here?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll help you with that when I'm done. Is that okay?
Real quick, it'll take a minute.
Well, I don't want to read his phone number because I'm on
No.
a public live. Can you have Dad help you?
He's in the screen time password.
Okay, I'll help you when I'm done. Can you just be patient?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
He's
dude.
asking.
Huh?
He's asking.
Okay, well, tell him I'll help you in a little while, okay? All right, thank you. We got Gavin a cell phone for Christmas, and it's so cute watching him get his friend's number and like friends' numbers and communicating with them. It's very cute.
and at some point when you're ready and you have the money
Good night,
or
Sam.
you have the appetite to go full time, when you want to have inventory, then great. And that will give you that time to really kind of build up your business. So you do have that cash flow that it is going to be more profitable for you. I look at this as a little bit like guardrails until somebody gets in here and makes money. All products,
What?
though, count towards your net. That includes business supplies. So everything you buy counts towards that $200. So at the end of the day, that is the biggest thing. If she doesn't place an order, though, for a month, so let's just say that somebody gets in and they place their January $200, their February $200, but they do not place it for March. When they come back in April and place their $200, they don't lose their buying discount. They don't lose that 50%. They will just have to pay $100 fee to get back in to be able to buy at their 50%. Okay. Now you'll never lose your affiliate pieces. Like
What?
that doesn't.
What? $100? Oh my God. He is nickel and diming these people. If you're in Pure Romance, please get out. Don't join another multi-level marketing company and don't sign up to be a part of their affiliate program. He's just trying to collect as much money as he can from you as the consultant. This is sick.
That whole piece, you still will have your affiliate link. You'll still be able to do that kind of stuff, but to be able to buy as a wholesale distributor, and yes, we want the people that are going to be able to do both, which is great, and that's what we're looking to do. One of the things that we're going to be doing is cash back bonuses. All right. So instead of retail sales, because we want to make sure that this is what it is, and this is kind of how people operate today, that you.
Him going from retail sales to net sales is him skimming from the top. if the cashback and the different incentives are based off of net sales, it's going to be less of a payout for whatever contest is being offered, in my opinion, because it's based off of net sales, not retail. That's just another example, in my opinion, of him skimming from the top.
Still have the ability to do cashback bonuses and
Oh my
free
God.
product bonuses. The big thing it's done is changed off of what is the net purchases. So for every 500 is 2%. So
500 net, which would be 1,000 retail. So if you were going to get, let me just throw out a random number because it's been quite some time since I've looked at their comp plan, but let's just say that you get $25 in free product per 1,000. So that being said, unless he changes the levels, normally you would get like 1,000. If you had 1,000 in retail sales, you'd get $25 in free product. He's now going from, oh, we're not counting retail, we're counting net, which would be $500, meaning you would have to do double the amount. And maybe I paused the video too soon, but you would have to sell double in order to get that free product. So let's see what he has to say. Maybe I paused it too early, but are y'all following this? It's a lot of math, but I can see this so clearly.
it's either $10 cash back or $40 in free product, and so on and so forth. The only thing that's different is that on the free product, we max out at $8,000 in free product on the cash back. And again, this is done for purchases that are made on the online office only by consultants.
So you get $25 in cash back or $40 in free product, I think is what he said. Yeah, he's sinking his own battleship. Yes. I think that's the goal, honestly. I think he's trying to push these distributors out. Now that I'm watching more of this video, I think he's trying to push distributors out, and he wants people to become affiliate. And eventually they're going to go full retail if they can't find an investor. And again, just my opinion, they can't find an investor that can come in and help them financially for them to rebrand and all of that. I think that's where they're going. And if that isn't done, I think they'll end up having to close Pure Romance, which would be a glorious day.
Will not take the affiliate and the actual online. We will not take those together because we are giving, on some cases, we're going to be giving more on the affiliate links on some of it. And on others, you'll find that we will start putting more sales on the affiliate side. So we will be able to make back up some of that cash back rebate that some people are going to be lacking. Revenue share. Revenue share is a new piece that we have. This is something that we really sat down and said that all of us kind of need to be rowing in the same direction. Now, when you think about it, there is what most of people are used to hearing is profit sharing programs. Now, profit is a lot different than revenue.
Well, yeah, profit is different than revenue. Yeah, this is what sounds like, and again, I may have paused this too early, but to me, this sounds like the pool bonuses that we see from many of these MLM companies when you get into like the upper echelon of the leadership ranks or whatever. So let's see if that's where he's going. I think it's going to be based off of the profit and not the revenue. A lot of the companies do like 1% of total company revenue for that month or that quarter or whatever. I think he's going to say 1% or whatever percentage of the profit, which how are people going to know what that is? Because they don't make their financials available. So how would people be able to say, oh, well, Pure Romance's profit was X. There's this many consultants or whatever that are qualified for this pool bonus, if you will, or whatever he called it, share bonus. I don't know. They just have to take their word for it, essentially.
Because you have revenue minus expenses, that then gets in your profit. I'm going up here and giving it revenue before any expenses because you can't control the expenses, but you can control the revenue. The one thing that I wanted to do, and as I sat back and started thinking about how this kind of new world would operate in, is I said, we need to make sure that we're very transparent. And that was the biggest thing that I would like to operate in. After coming off of this 20 months where, some people would sit back.
There has been zero transparency on this entire video that he's done.
back and go, gosh, it's been really quiet. You've been really silent. We had to sit back and say, what do people really want to join into? People want to join into something that's pretty transparent, authentic, and also going to be able
Thanks,
to
Legacy
showcase
Studio.
what is
Appreciate-
happening in the business. Now, what the revenue share program looks like is this. It's consultant sales plus all affiliate sales plus all of the direct e-commerce orders plus anything that's sold on Amazon, anything that's sold on any of these other marketplaces that we have.
He is competing. Not he. Pure Romance is competing with their own consultants by selling on Amazon. People are, if you had the choice between ordering through a distributor in a multi-level marketing company and getting the same product on Amazon, most people are going to pick Amazon because it's going to get to you faster. These companies, and I did several videos on this. I think I did one on Prove It, and they're selling on Amazon, and they are competing with their own distributors. And the really sad part about it is there are distributors that know this, and they defend their company by saying, well, it's more expensive on Amazon. No, what the companies do is they incorporate shipping and tax, or shipping and then also tax on Amazon, and it comes out to the same price as if you were to order ketones through Prove It through that promoter's website. And at the end, it adds up shipping and tax. They're almost the same price. So if somebody has to wait a week to get their products from the company, or they can order from Amazon and get it in 2 days, most people are going to pick Amazon. So Chris here is like on Amazon or any of these other websites that we sell products, wherever they have their product listed, they are competing with the distributors. That's what that is. It's disgusting. Also, Rebecca gifted a membership. That's so amazing. Thank you so much. Who got the membership? I would love to know. And also, whoever got it, and Rebecca. Welcome, whoever got the membership. And Rebecca, thank you so much for that. And also, Brandy, thank you for the super chat. Yep, Amazon comes faster. See what you did there, ma'am.
All dumped into one bucket. So at day 1, it's going to have 0 sales. And by day 30, it's going to have X dollars in sales. Maybe it's $8 million or it's $12 million that is in that. There'll be 2.5% of that number.
That's awesome.
That will be in a revenue share program. Everybody in the business is able to get to that is kind of that is exclusive or affiliate with us, to be able to take place at 2.5%.
There has never been a more vague explanation of who could get. Notice he said could get it. Do they have to hit a rank? Do they have to have a certain size team? Do they have to have so much in sales? Be a little bit more transparent, Christopher, in your explanation, because you're dangling this carrot like it's this really cool thing, but nobody knows exactly what they have to do in order to get it. That is deceptive.
What does that look like? That looks like this. A revenue share program is a consultant.
Drop in the comments how long you think PR has before they close. You're about to lose your job. I mean you, Chris.
Who achieves a minimum of $30,000 net purchases per calendar quarter will be eligible to receive this cash bonus on their percentage of their contribution. So in theory, that means anytime that you do your 30,000, it could be 30,000 in 1 month net or 30,000 that you do in the 3 months time frame.
Oh my God, he's trying to make it up for the people that lost the downline pay.
Now, what that would look at is, I just kind of gave you kind of a breakdown of what this would look like, right? So let's just say that we do 11.
2.5% of 8 million is only $200,000 for the entire revenue share pool. So my question is, how big is that share pool? How big is the group of consultants that are eligible for that? Because
$1 million in revenue for that quarter. In that time frame, 2.5% of that would be $289,950. So for those who are doing math, that's about $1.2 million a year, or more, that would be in this pool, right? So in this month, in this quarter, there are 18 people that are qualified for this quarter, right? And out of that 18 people, they contributed $832,000 in sales. The consultant who sold 35,000 net would determine her contributions, right? So that would be if somebody that did that time frame. So if somebody did 36,000, that's a typo. So if somebody did 36,562 of the 823, they would have 4.3% of that contribution, right?
Wait. So the more you sell, the more shares that you get. What he's doing is he's taking from over here and he's regaining from the sales of the distributor. He's basically flatlining, but making it, in my opinion, and flatlining, I think, is being very generous in this case. You have a consultant that's selling, what did he say, 36,000, and they're eligible for whatever percentage of the $289,000 that he said. Do y'all see what I'm trying to say? This is wild. And how do you qualify? That's a great question, Birdie. Yeah, you get a nickel. You get a nickel. You get a nickel. This is crazy.
So in that, they would get a payout for that month of $12,476. This is what people would look like. So we are going to show you 3 different types of people for this. I like this because if somebody's consistent with the business and they have the ability to earn a revenue share by their sales, and maybe some people do it for 1 quarter and they don't do it for the other 3 quarters. Some people, that are top sellers are probably be involved in every quarter for this. Distributor 1 went out there and sold $144,000 for that quarter. And her bonus for that profit share was $50,000 for that quarter. Distributor 2 was way far down in that group. They did 36,562. That doesn't mean she was the second person with the most sales. She got 12,476, and distributor number 3 did 31,000. So just right over the minimum threshold and received $10,989.
And how many, well, he's already kind of told us. He said there's only 18 people in the company that have qualified for this. And the number of shares is based on what they sell. Are we talking about retail or are we talking about net? So that $36,000 example, was that net or was that retail? This MLM math is something. Oh, wait, Aaron, you're literally defining how a pyramid scheme works. It's crazy, right? Yeah, show a chart or something. Let's see it written down, Chris, instead of just in your notes. Also, what is this face he's making? I say this anytime I point out like the pause, the facial expressions when I pause videos. I can only imagine the facial expressions I'm making sometimes when y'all pause the videos.
So yes, what it looks like is it is a revenue share. And that is what one of the biggest pieces that I look at the business and say, how do we be transparent and give everybody a shot if they want to get into that revenue share?
I heard 2.5%. So yeah.
That's an ability for people to be able to earn extra money and to be able to be growing. So every sale and every dollar that the company makes on all channels of business, every month will be calculated where you're going to see what the revenue is that's coming in, and that pot will continue to grow where people will be able to say, man, I can compete for that money. Yeah, it's kind of like split the pot, right? Like you're able to get your section, but you got to play the game to get into the pot.
I mean, just say it's a pay to play because people are going to be, bonus buying to get in on this. This is wild. And I love how y'all are doing math in the comments. I appreciate y'all so much. Hannah says 2.5% of the quarterly revenue goes into the revenue share pool. And then how much you get from the pool seems to depend on how much you sell as it relates to the overall company sales. Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing as well. Yeah. Hey, Chris, put this in an S-curve for us, would you? Thanks for that explanation, Hannah. We appreciate you. And everybody that is doing the math and talking about this in the comments. Thank you.
I'm going to pause right there, Cheryl. So I want to make sure if there's any questions that are coming in, I can answer anything that's been addressed.
Yeah, I think, again, the team is doing a really good job of keeping up with questions. I do think that hearing the affiliate piece of the program is going to be important. Chris, there are
Mhm.
some people that are nervous about hitting a $200 net per month minimum. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know, just going to have to be a discussion that we have.
Yeah, I think $200 look, everybody's nervous when they got to stretch themselves, man. I'm nervous every day to do some of the things we're doing. People have to make investments into what it is that they want to do. When you look at it, that's essentially doing $200 a month is $400. That's less than one party, right? So
No. No. That's not less than one party for most people in the company. Are you kidding me? Less than one party? Okay. Unbelievable.
you really need to be thinking about it, to be mindful of your money. I would love to do any study with anybody to show them on $200, they're most likely net when they get everything said and done, they're probably not even making 30% on $200. And yeah, it looks good when you're getting a 50% buying discount, but at the end of the day, if you do any type of discounting on that product or anything else that you're doing, do the affiliate piece. It's just
Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot believe he is saying this. This is the quiet part out loud. He's trying to push distributors out of this company and join the affiliate side to get that extra slice of pie. What? Oh my God. Chris, this is vile. Yeah, Lushy, he doesn't want distributors because he doesn't want to pay, especially the top distributors. There's 18 people that qualified for that pool bonus or whatever. Oh, Chris, I hope you see this. I hope you are so mad. And I hope this bites you in the ass. I hope that there are people that decide to get out of your company and away from multi-level marketing as a whole and don't join your affiliate program. I hope we email the Cleveland Clinic. I hope, and when I say we, I mean the anti-MLM movement. I hope that we find out what hospital allegedly is going to work with him and share affiliate links, and we email them professionally. Absolutely. Kindly, absolutely. Oh my God.
easier for you to be able to make money until you can finally get yourself wrapped around making that. I don't want to see more people get themselves in debt or having issues of being able not to
100%.
pay some of the bills or get stuck with something. And if you can't get to that level, you know,
Agreed.
I told people when we start this, there's going to be things that I was going to have to be just straight to the point. I've seen too many people lose money because they place small orders or they not enough orders. So
But you didn't seem to care about that prior to this change. You didn't care what people were spending. You didn't care, in my opinion, how much the shipping costs. You didn't care if they were buying those daily sales and paying the shipping every time they ordered, if they ordered multiple times a week. But now you're trying to make it seem like it's about the distributors. It's not about the distributors. It's about your bottom line financially because your company is hurting so bad. And you're trying to flip this in a really weird way using virtue signaling like, listen, it doesn't make sense for you to be a distributor. You should be an affiliate. You should let us pay you less for promoting our product. You've got to be kidding me.
you know, my mom and I sat down for a long period of time, and she's even said the same thing. There are so many people that make so many mistakes when they order. The reason that this company, I think, is smart is because
If they're making mistakes when they're ordering, it's because the website is not set up for them to easily order in a good way that makes financial sense. That's the website's problem, which means it's your problem.
a lot of them know how to do smart ordering. And if you're going to place anything less than that $400,
Hey,
I would tell
Robin.
you, you probably just need to work to the affiliate, build your cash flow up, and then from that point, be able to get in here and carry a little bit more inventory. That's
Chris, you are delusional. If you think for 1 second that people are going to give up their downline pay when recruiting has been a huge part of this company's top leaders' income, you're taking that away, and then you're telling them it doesn't make sense for you to, inventory load, or, it doesn't make sense for you to pay this shipping. You should be an affiliate and we'll pay you less. You're literally decreasing whatever small amount of money, if any, that the majority of the distributors in this company are making. You're literally taking that away. And then you're saying, hey, be an affiliate for a while. Don't worry about inventory loading, while that person is probably staring at the inventory that they have in their house. And you're like, don't worry about that. It doesn't make any sense. Build up your cash flow, sell it as an affiliate program, and then come back to being a distributor. You are delusional if you think people are actually going to do that. I don't think he thinks that that necessarily is going to happen, because I think he knows the company's not going to be around that long. And I feel like this is one giant pump and dump scheme. And then he's going to take the cash and run. That's what I think. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm not stating that as a fact.
I'm not going to sit here
Unreal.
and sugarcoat it. That's the truth. And I can run a $500, $400 order and show you what you do an affiliate versus doing it the way of buying it at 50%. All right.
God.
I think at this time, what I want to make sure that I get into is I'm going to kind of dive into this, because I think that we need to kind of get moving on some of the affiliate. I know people have some questions on that, but I think before I get into that, I want to make sure that I talk a little bit about what people do not want. All right. Here's what's going on. People in the world today do not want, or they do want multiple streams of income. They want to be able to monetize the influence they have for their audience. They want to be able to connect with people. They want to buy products that they love, and they want to be trusted and guided, and to have come along to have people help them. They don't want these. They don't want anything to sound like it's too good to be true or too scammy. And that is one of the things I will tell you that this industry has done for too many years, and too many things that I've seen is that, it's
That you've
constantly
done, Chris.
promoting the car bonuses. It's constantly promoting all this other stuff that gets people into trouble. And that's a big issue. It's promoted the override for so many years, and that's gotten so many people. That has been one of the biggest destructive pieces of this industry for what I've seen over the last 20 months. There have been big companies that have went from $1 billion or from 2 billion to less than 800 million.
I mean, see my points from, I don't know, at this point, an hour plus ago, where I was talking about people researching the companies that they're financially supporting. Also, you add into that, in the last 4 years, during the height of the pandemic, the start of the pandemic, if you will, and the fact that many of these companies were being extremely predatory towards people that were losing their job, that were furloughed, that were not working, and they were worried about putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, keeping the heat running in the household. And these companies were trying to recruit these people to pay into a multi-level marketing company, knowing that the majority of people lose money. And I just find this so crazy. He's like, listen, it doesn't make any sense if you're not making any money. You're not ordering correctly. And, the industry has been terrible, and the emphasis on recruiting, and, the fake posts, and the making you seem that you are financially better off than you are, and the lifestyle posts and all of that stuff. And I'm like, you did the same things. The same things. He's using this as a way to say, listen, we're different over here. We're moving to affiliate, but we're going to keep the consultants, because they're going to be buying $400 worth of product every single month in order to stay active. But we're going to take from this piece of the pie, and we're going to take from this piece of the pie. And the common denominator is taking from the distributors that are already, the majority of them, not making any money. Wow.
There have been companies that have multiple billions of dollars down. There have been companies that have lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Who and where do you think that money is being taken from now? Where do you think that money has gone, guys? I mean, at the end of the day, that has been one of the biggest areas of issue. And that has been a problem that we've kind of watched. They don't want anything that's too complicated. They don't want to be part of a team. They don't want to be part of an upline. This is what the things that people do not want to be part of. They want this. They want what's in the box. We must kind of make sure we remove the wrapping. This is kind of get into what Cheryl said. Yes, there are going to be people that feel that the $200 is too much, or, you know, and
200
what I would
net.
tell people is that this business has always been for people that want to work it. But I think now we've got so many different tools that you can put yourself in a much better situation. When I first got into this, I wish I would have had the ability to tell people, hey, go online, share a code, get yourself the ability to start building up cash, build up your network, be able to share it, because there's no cost coming out of their pocket doing it that way. None.
But you had no problem asking people to buy kits to get started out of their pocket. You had no problem putting together a program where people could make payments when the quarterly products came out. You had no problem encouraging people to front load in order to have products for people to go home with. You had no problem doing any of that, and now you've done a 180? This is unreal.
And to be able to do something from an online and those
Exactly,
products ship
RB.
right to them.
Exactly.
That would have been a lot easier, so people would have been able to do that. Some of you guys did that before, where you do, like, you'd take your demos, do the party for them, they would get the cash, and then therefore then they would take the cash and then go buy their kit with it, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys have done that. That's no different than what I'm telling somebody, go do this from an affiliate perspective, get your cash that you have, nothing out of your pocket, and then you're able to start going out there and building your inventory. It does take a certain type of mindset and somebody taken that's very
A
driven.
mindset.
And not everybody or every person expresses interest is good for the brand.
Oh my God.
That's going to be important. We are going to be a lot more selective.
With who's going to be an affiliate? Selective with what?
That is something right now, everybody is in the business, and we are going to make sure that those people have the ability to be inside with us. But becoming a distributor is going to change. There is no more going to be a kit that's going to be on the join page. There's not going to be any of that. What will be there is there's going to be an inquiry form at the bottom footer of the page. And on the bottom footer of the page is going to be where people can fill out a form about how they can get started with the organization. They'll have to select a meeting time on Zoom. They'll be with a corporate kind of,
He is making this harder for people to join as consultants. He's intentionally making it harder. I don't think it has anything to do with what's good for the brand. Imagine, for those of us that have been in multi-level marketing, think about this. If you, back when you joined, which I'm glad all of us got out, by the way, imagine if in order for you to join, you had to get on a Zoom with a corporate employee that was going to ask you a bunch of questions. Most people wouldn't join. He's doing this intentionally so that people go, oh, I can just click a button and become an affiliate. That's fine. Absolutely. Yes, please. Yeah, he wants people to quit. Yes. So when you started to have to buy your starting products at a higher cost. Yeah. Wow.
a team member. And that's where we're kind of walk them through what type of business are you looking for. If you're looking for the affiliate, great, we can get you help that and get that signed up. Or if you're looking and saying, listen, I really do want to get into this, do parties and events, we'll have somebody that's really educated to be able to, that'll be our regionals and some of our team members to be able to help them with that selection of what's best path for them. And then we'll help them place their opening $200, net order, which I think is important, because if somebody's going to go out there and they're going to sell, to their friends, or it's different than if you're going to be somebody that's going to be doing a party, right? Or somebody that's going to be doing an event. So we want to make sure that we go through that, and we want to make sure it's a right fit for both parties. We want people that really want to be committed to this. The one thing that somebody asked me before is,
how are you measuring their level of commitment? Are you going to ask them how much money they have to invest? Or is there going to be some sort of a minimum? I know he's talked about 200 retail or 200 net every single month, or 400 retail, but how is he going to measure if these people are really in it by the amount of money they're willing to spend? That's so weird. You still need 12 people under you to pay up to the 50% discount. Oh my God. So recruit, we're only going to pay you for a year, but you need those 12 people who also probably have minimums to meet in order for you to get this 50% buying discount. He's literally trying to get rid of all of the consultants in this company and hoping that they become affiliates. What a slime bag, in my opinion.
You want to be so selective. I think being unselective in today's world is worse than being selective. I think we need to
Right.
get all like-minded people.
Okay, Chris.
What I might say is not probably apropos, but I'm just going to say it.
And I'm glad we're reacting to it.
Every
this down.
place that I've been to or worked at or whatever, we've always had kind of the no asshole clause. And there sometimes are assholes. And I'm going to say it. I put it out there. And I think that there are people that sometimes you just have to say that maybe that aren't ready to be part of helping each other, guiding each other, driving each other, working with each other and doing that. And I think that that's the biggest thing that we have to understand as an organization is that we want people that want to be here and we want people that want to help each other grow. You don't want to have a competitive all the time environment. We want to help each other find out best practices and be able to share those with each other and what's working best in your parties. And not this is information just for a few people, but it's for all of us to be able to share and help each other grow. And I think that we got to make sure that the right people are coming in the business because I think you want to be surrounded with people that are like-minded like you as well. And I think that will be an important piece because there is going to be a referral bonus. And these referral bonuses are something that you're used to. And this is that when you get in and you bring a new distributor into the business, that you have the ability for their first $6,000 from 0 to 6 to get 10% on those for people for their first year.
Oh, me too.
And anybody that does that 6,000 to 900 or 99,000, which is basically $200,000 in retail sales, you get 15% on those people. And you know where most of the people do most of their revenue at. I think you all are pretty smart and you can figure that out. But these are the things that we want to make sure that we're thinking about. Yes, we're going to have executive forum. Yes, we're going to have President's Club. Yes, we're going to have our things that we do. But now I want to talk about one of the things I think a lot of you got in here tonight to kind of find out, and that is we're going to talk about some of the things that we're doing from our affiliate program. And tonight I have a couple of people that are going to be joining. I think that Jeff Ferris is going to be.
Oh my God. I'm actually stunned that he just said that, all of that. I'm actually stunned. Oh my God. This is a good question. How do you think you would be feeling if you were still in and hearing it? I think honestly, if I was still in it, there would be an aspect of me seeing this through an MLM filter. I think that I would see immediately that the downline pay and the revenue share, I would hope, I mean, I can only go back to how my thought process when I was in MLM. And I think that this would feel like the carpet was ripped out from under me. I think I'd be pretty ticked, honestly. Because it's very clear what he's doing. I know we all see it. And I hope that people in the company see it, but I think I'd be pretty ticked off. Because all of a sudden he's ripping the rug out or whatever from some of his top people that have been around for many, many years and that have been loyal to him and the brand. And I think that's really gross. It's the greed for me. It's I'm going to save this company no matter what it takes. Oh, you've got to get rid of these downline checks. Okay. I can only imagine how he pitched that at the event. If you're in this company, get out and do not sign up for their affiliate program, whatever that may be.
Talking about impact and how easy this product is. Jeff is our new vice president of digital technology and transformation that we're working through at Pure Romance. And I want him
This.
to kind of talk about what we're doing with Impact. Impact is a huge, huge product that I'm very excited about that we are now going to be able to offer to everybody that's getting involved into the business. So with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing and I am going to have Jeff jump on and join and talk a little bit about Impact and how an affiliate will get registered. And also, Jeff, I'd love to kind of talk about how easy the dashboard is and how people can share and create a link. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah. I'll start sharing
Who
in
is
just a
this
second.
guy?
What I was going to start with is just kind of talk to everybody about Impact as a platform for affiliate marketing. There are a number of them out there. We chose to go with Impact just because of a number of reasons, one of which is the
Impact, you say? Hold on one second. I want to look at this. Impact affiliate platform. I wonder if we can contact this company, add this to the list of emails to send. Let's see, Impact affiliate platform. And the website is impact.com. Let's see, major brands that manage influencer and affiliate marketing programs on impact.com. So this is a service that they are using. I think that this might be beneficial to reach out to them. Let's see, contact us. That's what I'm looking for. I don't see that. Anyways, I'll work on that another time, but oh man.
reporting that it provides you guys as affiliates. It's the most robust one there is. A lot of major companies, as Chris said earlier, use it from Adidas to Levi's to quite a few that you've all heard of. And so this was just the idea that we went with because we think it provides you guys the best service. So I'm going to share my screen. Chris, can you see that? Is it big enough? Okay. So you're going to get an email
Nobody can see
that
it.
is you're welcome to become a Pure Romance partner and be part of our program. That's going to then take you to a page
link.
where ultimately you're going to create your account and you're going to sign in. And when you sign in, you're going to come into this dashboard.
I love pierogies. Oh my God, that sounds so good. I'm going to make jambalaya chicken bakes after this. It's going to be so good.
And this is where you're going to live on a daily basis. And the beauty of this is everything's going to be right here. Sorry, I haven't done much with this since I've had my own links, but this is where you're going to be able to track your clicks, the number of purchases, the payouts coming to you, the conversion rate that you get off of your links, all of that kind of information. But the first thing you're going to need to do when you come in is notice down here your contract terms. We have different terms for different partners and such, and based on the level that you guys are at, you'll have different contract terms as well. Somebody who just comes to Impact and signs up with us is going to get 20%. That's actually above industry standard. We're that committed to growing this side of the business.
I get more than that from Queen Cosmetics. So weird.
That we're willing to do that. But you'll also see this referral period is 30 days. And this goes back into that thing that we've heard a lot about breakage of links. And somebody clicked on one of my, isn't being attributed to my shop and so on and so forth. If somebody clicks on one of your links and they come to our website and they don't make a purchase, but they come back 21 days later and make a purchase, you still get credit for that. So this link stays with them. That attribution stays with them for 30 days. Every time they click one of your links. So you're going to get credit for all of that. The other thing that what you need to do when you first come in here is come into your settings, put in your company information, so your details, just who you are, your information. The other one is what business model you are doing. And there's a bunch of them here, but I want everybody that does this to come in and choose creator, because this is where it gives you more of the dashboard functionality and all the toolkit that you get to use. So if you choose that,
why don't we get to see it? I don't understand.
The other thing that you need to do before you do anything else is your tax document, so your W-9, so that, and this is something that we didn't mention earlier, going forward on all your affiliate payouts, this will be paid to you not by Pure Romance, but by Impact.
So, are there any accountants in the house? If so, I would love to hear the difference. Obviously we can look it up, but in case you know offhand, the difference, I do love you, Brandy. The difference between a 1099 and a W-9 and what that means for taxes if you're comfortable sharing.
So that is why they need this information. And on top of it, so you'll need to upload your W-9 to them, and so that they can pay you. And then also upload your bank account information so that they can do direct deposit. That's the most important thing, so that you make sure, one, that you get up and running and get paid. After that,
Trick vibes.
just
I just caught that.
create and share a link. It's already going to default to our homepage, but you'll be able to go through and go through the product catalog in Impact. What you can do is you can come to our website and say, hey, I want to send some people to, because like Chris was talking about, people don't just want to land on the homepage. They want to be driven right to, based on your content that you're doing, right to the product that is specific to it. And you would just come here, literally copy it in that tool in the website, paste it here, and have it create a link. And now it's created a link that you can share to Facebook, you can share to Twitter, you can even create a QR code. So that if you have
Thanks,
products
guys.
that if you're a distributor also and you have products that you want to sticker, you can put this on there so that people know how to get to that product page via your link. Excuse me. And you can also,
Did he even
if you
drink
do this to
anything?
the homepage, you could also put this on your business cards as well. And at any party you do in person, you could have the QR code. You would just download it and put it on any of those things. And so this is your link forever for that product. You can edit it however you want, but it will ultimately still tie back to you. The other thing, as I said, you'll be able to see your brand stores. So you'll see the Pure Romance store in here, and you can link to product this way as well.
Which I think, Jeff, this is a really good way because what they're able to do right away is say if they wanted to sell main attraction, right, and they want to click on that and to be able to send that to one of their friends. I think that the cool thing is they have the ability to do that. We also will have, bundles. We'll be able to put bundles in here when we're selling different things for the holidays. We'll have different bachelorette bundles, different things that they can be able to really sell and to be able to move. I think the best part about it is Jeff has years and years of experience in this way of doing business. One of the things that we have is we've been able to hire Jeff, and Jeff's been able to hire a specialist that is, important to sending
Where's that money
emails,
coming
making
from?
sure we're working on campaigns, but also conversion rates. I think that that's the one thing that, you're going to be able to find everything out about these links that I can't give you through technology, which is basically going through, when you send this, you'll see how many people are clicking on it. You're going to be able to see kind of the conversion rate when people actually decide that they're going to buy from you. And I think the other good part is that we will start running some of, kind of weekly and bi-monthly events that we will have content creators get on and talk about things that are working, things that they're being able to sell. How are they selling it? Because I think sometimes
So that all the other creators can get on social media and do the same thing so that they can saturate the market.
inside of putting links out online, it's kind of like a guessing game of what's going to work and what's not going to work. And I think us as an organization, we want to bring, if you're looking at what is working and what's doing well, these will be the things we all share with you to say, what is the traffic? What's the conversion on Twilight Mood? What's the conversion on V39? What is selling? What's not selling? So you guys have more information of this. It's from taking a shotgun approach and just kind of spraying everything to getting very laser focused on making sure we're sending you're sending the right things out to your customers.
Anytime I hear laser focused, I think of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. I don't remember which movie it is. And he's like, all I wanted was sharks with freaking laser beams on them. I don't know why. Every time I hear laser focus, that's what I think of. Oh my God. Austin Powers. Wild.
And one thing on that, it's so say I copied a link for the adventure, but you pass that on to somebody and they go to our website and they don't actually purchase the adventure, but they make purchases of other products on the website. you're still going to get commission off those sales. It's not just off that product on that link. It's any visit that they have within the next 30 days that they purchase that you're going to get credit for it. And the other thing that we're building out from an email standpoint is a much more targeted retargeting campaign. So if they came to the website and they abandon their session, they browse the product and they leave, we're going to hit them up probably 4 or 5 times with emails reminding them of what they had, and even probably provide them with a discount. You're still going to get the commission off that sale. We're just trying to close the loop and create that conversion.
Yeah. And I think that there's going to be, more and more stuff, and talk about a little bit how you're going to start having having the campaigns for those that like to plan. You're going to really like this.
So right now I've already finished planning January, but by next week, I will have February and March completely done with what we're doing with product launches, with promos that we're doing. And ultimately, all of that stuff will be an impact prior to.
So he's a social media manager for Pure Romance, essentially.
The launch of any of those things. So you will see assets for it, for emails, if you want to send some out, but you'll see what we're using across all of our platforms, from social to email and the website. And you will have full transparency into all the programs that we're coming up with.
And Jeff, you also, I think one of the things we talked about earlier on is the ability for people possibly down the road to be able to pre-order some of the items before they even launch, and using technology in this platform to do such.
Yeah, I mean, at the ultimate end of it, Chris and the B2B side of it, we're going to launch product to you guys first before we launch it to the consumer. Because at the end of the day, in a perfect world for me, not only are we talking about that product on launch day, but you guys are all talking about it on launch day. And we have PR going as well, all talking about the same thing on the same day. And so you'll even see it in January. We're going to do a little bit of different things.
Agreed.
You guys are going to get a couple products launched to you first, and then we're going to launch them to the general public after that, just to get that benefit. And that way it gives you guys time to create content or get to everything out and get organized. I mean, so.
Yep. Well, I think Jeff is going to you're going to see a lot more Jeff and Jeff's team. We have got a great talented group that we've been able to go out there and hire, and we continue to keep adding more and more team members on that.
Remember when Chris was saying it doesn't make any sense for you to be buying these products if you're not making any money, but the affiliates are going to be doing the same thing with their specials, although he corrected himself and called them campaigns. He said specials and then campaigns. Yeah. Yep.
Side to be able to give you guys the best of both worlds, from being able to have the ability from that side of the world, which I don't come from, to be able to help build is going to be important. So Jeff, I'll take back over. If there's anything else you would like.
Let me stop sharing. I see some coming in. Chris, I think we need to talk about the levels of kind of how everybody fits into different levels.
Yeah,
the one you guys saw on mine was the 25 to 35. That was one that we just created, honestly, to test some things.
Yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about that. I think that's important. So on this, when we start looking at it, there will be different tiers, and it's going to be based off of performance-based, right? So everybody will have their own contract with us with how this is going to work. So some of the contracts will be the people that were kind of in that top 500, and we will publish exactly what that looks like. That is a 12-month look back at what somebody's performance has been inside the organization. And those folks will be at 35% on everything that they sell. So you'll see how to get there. If you hit these numbers, you're going to get 35% of what you sell. Everybody that is kind of in the Pure Romance family right now is going to get 25% on all liquids and gels. So anything that's bath, body, or beauty. And wait. Anything that's in that sex toy category will get 30% on that category of how it works. Every item will have its commissionable value. You'll see how that.
Wait, so he's talking about people that are currently in Pure Romance are going to get 25% off of liquids? Is that what he just said? What if they were at a higher buying discount prior to that?
Will work. And we ultimately have the ability to go in there and up commissions on days. So like how we run daily sales now,
Oh my.
we will have the ability to do the exact same thing where when we have the links and you send them out, those links will have a 30-day commissionable value on those products if your customers buy it. So we'll be able to play with those. We'll be able to give you those different specials. Also on launch items and launch products, we'll be able to do those as well, where we might be able at sometimes be able to say we're at 40% for these products during these certain peak times. So just like how Uber has its surcharges, we'll be able to kind of play with those numbers. So if somebody's at 35, they're going to see that sometimes they'll be at 40 on certain products. They'll be on certain things that will be for bundles. We might be like, okay, this bundle is a 40% commissionable rate. So don't get caught up that this is just a 25 and 30. These are what it is. There's going to be some things where like, hey, this is a 40.
You guys are so smart. Y'all are so smart. Like, I mean that genuinely. It's amazing.
% for this week or this month. And those are the things that you're going to want to make sure you're
That's fair.
constantly making sure that you're looking at on and going to that impact side of what to be able to share. So don't get that. I don't believe that these are stagnant discount or commissionable rates. These are ever changing, ever floating rates for you as a business.
Luna is very loud in her litter box. If y'all can hear that, I apologize. A cat being a cat.
To kind of stay into, you're going to want to check it out. But our goal is to make sure that we communicate more frequently on when these things are up and you're able to use them. So Cheryl, I'm gonna get back to doing this, and then because I know we're kind of coming up on time, we have 10 more minutes, and I want to make sure I'm very clear on that.
But he goes on for another 29 minutes. So I feel like before we get to the next section, this is a good time to check in with everybody that is watching the live. You guys are amazing. Love you too, Brandy. Do we want to do a part 2, or can we get through another 30 minutes of this? I'm starting to feel like I'm hearing Charlie Brown from him. The wah, 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 wah. That's what I'm starting to hear. So I'm just wondering how y'all are feeling. We can do a part 2 tomorrow, which would be fine. Starry Sky says, guys, I'm not stoned and I'm so confused. Yeah, 30 minutes will take us 45 minutes, 50 minutes, somewhere around there. Oh, my husband can help Gavin with his phone. That's not a big deal. I'm invested already. I get it. I'll do whatever you want. We see some part 2s. A couple part 2s. Oh, that's such a nice comment. That's so nice. Thank you. All right. There's a lot of people saying, let's just keep going. Obviously, if you need to take a break, I totally get it. We are currently at 2 hours and 42 minutes. I knew this was going to be a long one, but if y'all are in for it, then I'm here for it too. So let's keep going.
So you're going to see that these are commissionable rates. This is what it looks like. So we have the top 550 consultants currently right now, and we'll publish what that is to be in that. And again, it could be 1,000 by the time, but here's the mark that you have to do to get 35%. There is all other consultants are at 25% on liquids and gels and bath beauty, and then the 30% on anything that is a toy, right? So that's important for us to understand. And then our professionals are anybody that is like from Ishwish, anybody that's from our that has a sexual health and wellness practice. If they are in that world, they fall into that professional category. So again, if they're anybody else and they're coming from the Impact Network, they're going to be at 20%. Anybody that you bring into the business, though, will be able to get that 25 and 30%. So when they start off and you bring them in, they're at 25 and 30%, just so you know. Now, inside of Impact, you're going to see that there's going to be kind of all genders that will be inside of Impact, right? So they can be, an affiliate for the organization. There are people that are going to want to represent the brand on that side. Still being a wholesale distributor, doing parties and doing that kind of stuff is going to still stay female gendered on that. But on this piece, there are going to be people that that will be able to represent the brand and the products. All right. Affiliates are going to be paid out twice a month. We'll be putting more information on that, and you'll see that on the dashboard when that's coming through as well. Now, the one thing that you're going to have to understand is after this meeting today, as soon as Jeff and Jeff's team's ready to go, we will start communicating to you. So you could start getting all your banking information, all your details, and you could start playing around inside of Impact. Every consultant is going to get that. Every one of you on the call tonight is going to be able. This is your new replicated website. The personal URL.
The main website is signing up affiliates. And then you have to set up a Zoom or something with a corporate employee to become a consultant. So all of these consultants that are, let's say that they're doing parties and there's people at the party that are like, hey, I'd like to sign up to do this too, or whatever. They can only sign up as an affiliate because that is becoming the distributor's new replicated website.
URLs will go away as of early as January 31st. And this will be the way that you're going to be able to start, making sure that those orders are coming through and they don't break through going through a Facebook or an Instagram or anything else. Coming soon to TikTok shop. I know a lot of people have been asking about this and they want to be, we will have a TikTok shop. You will be able to be an affiliate on that as well.
Oh my God,
and to be able to enroll, that will be something we will have people that can enroll into, that will be corporately ran, and you'll be able to utilize that and be able to be commissioned out as, on TikTok, and you'll start seeing that coming your way in January. Jeff's team is working on that as well. All right. On the retailers, again, I talked about this and I hit this. This is again for small boutiques, small businesses, and they are going to have to go through the same exact way. They're going to have to meet with one of our regionals to talk to them to kind of find out that what they are doing with the products.
Are the regionals? I don't know if Lushy is still on here. Are the regionals the positions that some of the top leaders, some of the top consultants like Heather Pillow and some of them became regionals? Do y'all remember that? So the regionals, which used to be the top distributors, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, Tammy says, yeah. Okay. Are going to be the ones that are interviewing the people on their reasons or qualifying them, if you will, to see if they would be a good consultant.
How they'll be working. And I would assume that,
Oh my God.
for you, if you bring one of them in, you
Heather
will get that
Pillow.
referral bonus of, like I said, 10% on up to the first 6,000, and anything over 6,000 will be 15%. Some of you already probably ran the numbers and said, yeah, that's about 7.5 on retail, and you guys can figure it out on your own what that looks like, and that's probably still one of the best referral bonuses programs that there are out there.
Oh my
All
God.
of our retailers that come in that are exclusive to Pure Romance, everybody January the 1st, and I know there was a couple of people we had to kind of boot out of the system for being kind of negative, but that's just how it works.
What? Hold, I have to rewind that. I'm sorry, guys.
That will be corporately ran, and you'll be able to utilize that and be able to be commissioned out as, on TikTok, and you'll start seeing that coming your way in January. Jeff's team is working on that as well. All right. On the retailers, again, I talked about this and I hit this. This is again for small boutiques, small businesses, and they are going to have to go through the same exact way. They're going to have to meet with one of our regionals to talk to them to kind of find out that what they are doing with the products, how they'll be working. And I would assume that, for you, if you bring one of them in, you will get that referral bonus of, like I said, 10% on up to the first 6,000, and anything over 6,000 will be 15%. Some of you already probably ran the numbers and said, yeah, that's about 7.5 on retail, and you guys can figure it out on your own what that looks like, and that's probably still one of the best referral bonuses programs that there are out there. All of our retailers that come in that are exclusive to Pure Romance, everybody January the 1st, and I know there was a couple of people we had to kind of boot out of the system for being kind of negative, but that's just how it works. that we have to understand that people that are getting in here, if
I believe, do not quote me, that they are considered corporate employees, but don't quote me on that. That's my opinion.
they can't do the $200, which is $400 at a 50% buying discount with daily sales. Sometimes it's like 55% off.
Wait. So he's talking about retailers, but he's talking about consultants. Is that what he's talking about? We had to boot people out because they were being negative, and now he's talking about the $400 retail minimum that he has now changed to $200 retail as far as like the definition, the terms. Are y'all hearing that too? Yeah, so people that raised concerns were booted. If you happen to be watching this and you were one of those people that were booted, I would love to have a conversation with you confidentially. You could message me on Instagram. I just have some questions. Obviously, if you're new to my channel or whatever, I don't share any information as far as sources and who told me what unless you want me to. I keep everybody anonymous unless you tell me otherwise, just because it's safer in my opinion. So if you were part of those groups or part of the group of people that he's referring to that was removed from the system for being negative, I would love to hear your story. And I have some questions. That's crazy.
And the average person today is buying closer to 58%. So at the end, $200 is $200. And that's what we're
That's a
looking
lot
at
of
to kind
money.
of bring those people in to do it a net deal. And 50% is everybody. So you will see this all over from a social media perspective. We will be doing a lot of marketing around bringing new distributors into the organization. We'll be advertising on Facebook. We'll advertise on some of the other areas, Google, for new people. So we will be side by side with you on looking for people that will represent the brand. One, that helps with the revenue share of the company. So to continue to keep growing. We know we have one of the best offers that are out there for people that want to do parties, people that want to be wholesalers. And so we're gonna go pretty aggressive. Instead of mom and I getting in a U-Haul and going from city to city, we're gonna be more aggressive on our national advertising campaigns, also from a marketing perspective and a PR perspective as well. We feel like we are ready to kind of move into that phase 2 of really promoting the business as well. All right. Culture.
Oh my God.
I think that's the biggest thing I've had to take a look at over these past 20 months. As this kind of, as I kind of had to sit back and say, how do we want to move forward in this? There was a ton of times where I wanted to respond to some of the stuff that was being said online. I know that we ran through and had to get, working with our vendors on back orders and making sure we had the right MOQs, and people were like, oh my God, what's going on? And this is a problem. We've had to work on people that have just not been very kind. And sometimes you just have to kind of keep your head down and keep focused on what is the ultimate end goal and what you're trying to work for.
So he's talking about culture and basically telling people to not listen to the haters. Wow, I've never heard this before from somebody in a multi-level marketing company.
I want to build a culture that's a culture sharing. I want to build a culture that's not a competitive culture. I want something that's collaborative, that works in a professional way. I want to have a very clear code of conduct. And I do say that tonight is my last night for kind of apologizing. And I'm not apologizing from a place of that.
I haven't heard one apology. Have y'all heard an apology at all?
We did things wrong. I think that
he hasn't apologized at all.
I was probably too much emotional, because you got to remember, when I came in here, there was 300 consultants. We were doing $1 million a year in retail business.
If you're apologizing and then you say things like, but when I came in here, there was only 300 consultants, and I wasn't prepared for the amount of money coming in or out, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not an apology. I haven't heard one apology from him. I don't know what part of this that we've seen so far he is feeling like is an apology. Yeah, it negates it negates the apology. Exactly, Charlene. This is wow.
And you sit back and you think about that, and from all the cities, I knew too many people's stories, I knew too many people's stuff, and so you start making exceptions and you start doing all this different stuff for people because
Just say you weren't
you just
qualified. Oh,
you have so much emotional connection to
this.
that, and you try to think you're doing the right thing, and what happens is it's kind of like your kids. It's kind of like you want to help them out, but there's got to be some hard things that go on in life, and there's some things that I probably should have said no to a lot more, and I didn't. I
See, now if he was actually making an apology, I feel like he should have started with this. This is not really an apology, but at least it's a little bit of an explanation of what's been going on. I don't see an apology here, and I haven't seen one in the other, almost 3 hours that we've been here, but
should have probably, when people weren't being as nice to people. I did a ton of interviews with people, and behavior when people would come to national events and they wouldn't feel safe, or they felt bullied, or they felt that they couldn't show up in a location for different reasons. That's not the culture that I want to kind of move forward with.
that's what you
I
built,
have
though.
shown people that, if you look at the business model, right? A lot of people think we make all of our money in this business off of the sales through the consultant channel. And that's not accurate.
Oh my
The
God.
consultant side of the business is important because it helps establish future entrepreneurs and future business owners. It's working together and helping people to be able to grow and develop and prosper in different things, from professional to personal development. There isn't anybody that's really put their time and energy that has shown up an event, come to the different things that we have, that can say that they didn't take something away that made them 1% better today than yesterday.
Oh my God.
What happened though is sometimes that things get away from you, and you quit running it by rules and you run it by, emotion, and you run things to help other people. And what happens is that sometimes that backfires, because you start making different exceptions, and instead of making people go through some hard times and hard choices and hard things, that culture of collaboration and support kind of stops. Clear rules around selling and policies need to make sure that they stay in there. We need to make sure that we are doing the right thing by everybody, not just the few, but by everybody. And that means giving everybody clear rules on how they sell, clear policies on how they do business. And like I said, I'm going to also not sugarcoat it and say that this business is for everybody. If people have problems coming up with $200, that's not my problem that they can't come up with $200. That's not your problem that they can't come up with $200 to make that order. They have multiple ways to do this business. If we would go back.
Notice his language there. If they can't come up with the $200, are they supposed to come out of pocket? Because that's how it sounds to me. Yikes.
To when we all first got into this business, we got into this to be able to go out there because of the mission, because of the calls, because we needed to make some extra money. And what we have to sit back and look at now is that we got to put some guardrails, because I don't want people that get in here and say they didn't make any money, because if they share a link, they're going to get that money. They're going to get that percentage. And
No. See, Chris, this is where you're wrong. Just because you share a link does not mean people are going to buy. They may go to the website, they may look at whatever it is you have to offer. It doesn't It doesn't mean they're going to buy. And when you're an affiliate, and I'm just speaking from my own experience with Queen Cosmetics, I share it because I love it, but I'm not sharing it because I expect anybody to buy. If somebody does, that's awesome. I'm sharing it because I like it. But the way that he's presenting this is so weird. Just because you share a link does not mean people are going to buy. That's not how it works.
It's a high percentage that we offer, higher than anybody
So
else out
funny.
there from this affiliate perspective.
God,
And
that's
allow them to
crazy.
build their confidence in selling product. It allows them to build their bank account, and then allows them to be able to make smarter decisions, and they're not losing money on shipping and handling and some of the other things that sometimes that you get blasted for on these social media because they didn't buy smart. But that's not your fault as a
Chris, not you victim blaming and shaming. If the shipping is expensive, that's your fault. That's not the distributor's fault. They don't set the price for shipping. That's your fault. When we came over from slumber parties, I could not believe how expensive the shipping was. It was absurd. I mean, it was out of control. Not you trying to blame that on the consultants for not ordering correctly. Sir.
business. And you sit back and go, hey, if you would have just done this, you would have made more money.
Good night, Danielle.
We've got to make sure we protect that.
Oh my God.
Because if they do the right things and they follow the program, they will make a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen because of the business model. It's giving, well, you didn't follow the systems. Oh, well, you were lazy. No. It's the business model. Chris, you're the problem. The business model is the problem. Your lack of leadership is the problem. This is embarrassing. And he put this out publicly? That's what I'm hearing. Unbelievable.
They will be able to be part of change. My mom and I also sat down too as well.
Why are your eyes closed? Why are you I feel like when somebody is closing their eyes like that, like they're either collecting their thoughts, just my opinion, or they are trying to just get away from being seen. They're trying to hide. That's how I feel about it.
Dress and hygiene. You know, I think in today's world, it's so hard. You know, you got so many things that are happening in the professional world today, you know, and I think that the biggest thing that we have to make sure is that
Dress
people are
and
showing
hygiene.
up and representing the brand in the best light that they possibly can. Not everybody has to wear, this is not going and saying you have to be in a blouse and nice slacks, but being able to get up and put yourself together is important, because that's something that we all have to take pride in, is that we're our own brand and people want to buy from us. And I think that the expectations need to be set. You know, I've even had to do a reset too on, you know, my language. You know, that was the first thing my mom said to me, is like, you know, you drop the F-bomb a lot. I do. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm not doing that as much. It's very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. But making sure that, you know,
I just feel like behind the scenes that Chris throws these tantrums. Do I know that to be true? No. But I just have this feeling that he's like, I'm going to say it. I feel like, what is the guy's name? I cannot think of it. The head of Scientology. Why can I not think of his name? I feel like that's what he's like behind the scenes when something doesn't go his way. Do I know that to be true? No. It's just an opinion. And David Miscavige, thank you. That's what I'm getting. Thank you, guys. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. That's what I'm getting here. Like, imagine him being super mad, throwing a tantrum behind the scenes when something doesn't work or somebody has a negative opinion, you know, and he's like throwing a tantrum, dropping the F-bombs. Like, I'm so pissed. Also, where is Shelly? Where is Shelly Miscavige?
You're watching how we're talking and how we're delivering stuff. I think the expectations is we need to stay informed, right? Like, just don't be, if you're going to be half in and half out, like share the link, do the different stuff, do that kind of stuff. If you really want to grow your business, come and attend the trainings, the monthly updates. I'm going to be back on the road. I want to sit down with business leaders, business owners, people that truly want to grow
If he comes to Vegas, should I go?
their business. We're not like any other company that's out there. We can make these hard decisions to get the right culture, the right group that wants to sell. And I think that that's what people are looking for now, is they're looking for somebody to come in and say, let's clean this thing up. Let's get the right people. Let's get the people that want to.
If he comes to Vegas, I will go. And I will bring a friend with me.
Really grow a business that you can be proud of, that every time that you show up at a conference, that the people that are there are also people that are doing all of these things, that they're up on the product knowledge, they have overall professionalism, they are attending meetings, they feel like they're in the know. And we have to do a better job with our communications as well. And I told the team the same thing. Hostess credits in the future are going to be on your determination. If you want to give somebody, I'm not going to sit back and say at a $250 party that you have to give them something. That's your decision. That's your business. You make that. I'll make suggestions that you can do, but I'm not going to force you that you got to give somebody something. Our consultants are going to still be female driven. Our affiliates joining through Impact can be all genders, right? Our websites at Pure Romance should not be searchable. Some of them are searchable right now, and those are going to have to stop. The other thing too is we have people that have Shopify sites out there that have no inventory, and they're selling products to people that they don't have, and then they got to go reorder it from us. And that takes 5 days for them to get their order from us, and then they're shipping it out, and we're 7 to 10 days before that consumer has got their stuff. That's got to stop. We've got to understand that as an organization, we've got to deliver not only the best products, the best education, the best everything, but also the best service. And that's the biggest thing. That's why, going to a 3PL and having an ability when somebody orders on our website, if it's ordered before 11 a.m. that day, it's shipping that same day. We know speed to customer is the most important thing. That's why we've won so many orders in the past, is because our consultants had stock of products. And as we start seeing other people, we need to understand that we want to be fast to the consumer, because the consumer, if it's not there within a couple of days, is going to have to make a decision if they're going to want to shop with us or not shop with us. This is the stuff that we need to really think about. And what my commitment to you is making sure we have daily emails that are telling you what's going on, giving you way advanced information on products, not just when the day before they're dropping, but when are they coming? How many of them do we have? How long we will be out of stuff? I will be honest with you. We had to run through a lot of our stock that put us in a back order situation in the last couple of months. And we have now since cleaned that up as we're going into a brand new year. We will have podcasts that will start back up, or we'll be talking to some of our top sellers, our top creators, people that are owning their businesses that can show and share best practices from a marketing perspective. We'll have monthly updates. We'll have monthly creator Zooms. We will still have local regional meetups. In January, my goal is to hit about 20 different cities that are out there for people to be able to come into and talk about their business. How can they work it? It's not always just going to be about like book, sell, share, and repeat. It's about true business tactics, techniques, things that they need to be working on.
I feel like that aspect of it is too little too late. If these people were truly, and when I say these people, I mean specifically consultants in this company, if they were truly business owners, this should have been done decades ago, literally decades ago. And now I feel like it's too little too late. Oh, now we're going to teach you how to run a business, but you don't actually own a business. It's odd. Yeah. That pause. Screenshot it if you want.
What's next is this. You guys are going to be walking into 2024, not on a walk, but a very fast sprint. 40 products are going to be dropping from now until April. You have new items that are going to be coming in, over 100 that will be coming in 2024. You're going to start seeing that the information, the materials, the things to be able to promote your business are going to be at a whole nother level.
Oh,
because what we had to understand.
I feel like the 40 new products that he's talking about dropping between now and April, that to me feels like a holy grail cash grab in a way. Do we know what products they are? No. But I bet they're not going to be that spectacular, you know?
Is we got to meet that customer where that customer is, from videos to making sure our graphics are
This is a great
explaining to
point.
making sure that you guys are know about the products, that we give you a lot more lead time on things that are coming in so you can start getting your promotional calendars right. Super Saturday will have a ton of content that's about it, from everything from, the traditional party plan that we operate in to getting their schedules. Because there's a lot of people that have parties booked for that January and February timeframe. We also know that we also are going to have where people are going to want to talk about how do they work the business from their affiliate platform. And then, of course, our Friday, we will have some products that will be dropping. 4 products will be dropping on that January 5th, and we'll be talking about those on January 6th. Then we'll have a bigger product launch on the 19th. We'll have another product on the launch on the last week in January, and we'll have 2 in February, and we'll have 2 in March. That's the stuff that we have. What I think that everybody has to walk away with tonight is knowing that what we have from a business perspective is exactly what we have been doing in the past.
No,
Book
it's
your
not.
parties. Have fun with them. Do a hybrid, do both. Why not do both?
He needs you to do both. He needs you to do all of the work that you've been doing, but he's cutting your pay as a consultant. He's literally cutting your pay and expecting you to do the same amount of work. It's the audacity for me.
But right now, if you like, hey, I don't want to do the whole online thing, awesome. You don't have to get on and do TikTok if you don't want to. You can do whatever you want to do.
Absolutely
And I think
is.
that's
Also,
where we
hi.
have to meet you where you're at. What is it that you want to do?
Wait, I thought you were meeting the customers where they're at. Now we're meeting the consultants where they're at. I'm confused. Can you do both at the same time? Is it really about the customers or is it about the consultants?
Like I said, I had to put my head down for 20 months to put this us in a better situation.
You hid for 20 months? You hid for almost 2 years? Am I hearing that right?
It wasn't easy making this evolution into what we're doing. It was, going through a lot of people being frustrated or upset or angry or changeover of systems and doing that kind of stuff.
You're cutting pay.
Where really gets really pressure cooker, right? And it's kind of the whole thing. You take a thing of coal and you pressure it, and at the end of the day, you got a diamond that comes out of it. I knew it was going to be hard, and it's still going to be hard. It's business.
Oh
But I
my
would put our
God.
product line up against anybody's product line that's out there, from having the
Then
best
do it.
ingredients, the best of our products. And you're not going to find our stuff when you go into a sex toy shop or whatever. People are going to knock off Pure Romance. Why? Because we're the leader when it comes to innovation. We're the leader when it comes to technology. You go to China and you say Pure Romance, shit. Every factory in the world wants to deal with us. Why? Is because we are always, you don't have to have 4,000 products in your catalog. You just have to have the 40 right products that drive revenue. That's the difference. You will start seeing that we will be branching out into different things and different technology, different things that we'll be doing. There'll be more strokers. There'll be more anal products. There'll be more bondage. There'll be more like pillows. There'll be more things that you can see that you're going to start going, holy shit, this is what we have. Yeah, you're going to see more pricing differentiation. We could have 7 bullets, right? And those 7 bullets could be in different price points and different things that they have. And before, as a stocking party plan, you're like, holy shit, I got to carry all this. No, you don't have to carry it. You pick what's right for you and what's right for your business. You pick the things that you love to talk about, that you love to represent.
So you do have to order it as an affiliate.
Business is not going to be, here's the kit and this is all you can sell, because that's not going to appeal to the masses. That's not going to appeal to everybody.
I should have titled this live stream that. Delulu is the Salulu, Chris. That would be such a great title. Oh my God.
You are your brand. You figure out what sells for you. You could have 4 products that you go out there and you sell that could be $100,000 a year.
Lauren.
You get to make the determination. I'm excited because I know a lot of people are like, man, what are we doing? Well, what we're doing is the same thing, but on steroids.
Oh.
We had to get through that situation where we had some of the old product that we had. I'm sorry we haven't had product launches since 2021. I apologize for that.
Didn't he say earlier they haven't had any product launches since 2019? Now it's 2021. Do y'all remember that? Didn't he say we haven't had a new product launch since 2019? Now it's 2021. Okay, not just me. Okay. Wow.
That no more.
Which is it?
Now we got to make sure, and we'll tell you, hey, listen, we have 5,000 of these that are coming in. Do you want them? And when they're gone, they're gone. And there are going to be some things that we say, hey, listen, because at the end of the day, we want to constantly have new stuff for you to be able to promote. And the things that we sell a lot of, like Basic Instinct, is it going to go anywhere? No, it's not going to go anywhere. If you think about things like that we sell a lot of, like Main Attractions, no, Adventure Curve. We have new air technology. We have app products that are going to happen this year. We have things that are been in the pipeline that we can't wait to be able to launch to our consultants.
So they'll buy it.
And what we have to understand is this. We got to kind of just stay true to each other and making sure that we're being transparent. And that's why putting the revenue each month out there so you could see what we're doing together. That's an important thing. I know that not everybody's going to be happy with every decision. I get that. You're not going to be happy with every decision wherever you go. I'm not happy with every decision that I see out there. I'm not happy with every decision I make. And I'm going to tell you that there's going to be more decisions that, you know, that I will make that are not accurate or not 100% right. I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. Just like every business owner makes mistakes, but
I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to hide for 20 months because I don't want to face the mistakes that I've made.
if you don't learn from them, right, and you keep doing them and you repeat them over and over again, that's insanity. And we're not going to do that. So for us,
meanwhile, he says, we're doing the same things that we've always done, but on steroids. Would that be the definition of insanity?
moving forward as an organization, we'll tell you every day that we'll wake up and we'll put our time in. We'll make sure that we do the right thing by you, and we'll continue to keep providing the best service that we possibly can. You know, we're still working through things from a tax perspective on our back end of our website. We're still working through stuff we just launched, right? Our goal is to make sure that we're constantly evolving and getting 1% better each day. So by that 100th day, we can be 100% better than where we were when we first started. I think we got some great people that are in this business right now. And yes, you will start seeing me more frequently. And yes, I want to tell you that I have missed a lot of people. Thank you for some of you that have reached out. Thank you for some of you. Some of you I haven't been able to respond to because I have been head down. And it's not for a lack of that I didn't miss or care or whatever, but it's
because you were hiding like a coward, in my opinion.
Big ship to be steering. And I wasn't by myself. I had a really good team behind me and really good people that were behind me that we had to make some really tough decisions. And I know not everybody will be happy with that. I know the masses will. And I know that there are people that are not even involved with pure romance.
Now, first of all, why do you think the masses won't be upset? Oh, I know. It's because the 1% of the distributors in pure romance, the consultants in pure romance, make 99% of the income. So the people that are going to be upset that are making the most money are the top distributors. So the masses probably aren't going to be upset because they don't have large teams and they weren't getting downline checks. And more than likely, the majority of them in the company are not at that 50% buying discount because they probably don't have, 8 or 12 people under them. And I'm sure that there were specific ranks that those people under them had to hit, as well as team sales and stuff like that they had to hit every month to qualify. So the majority of the company are not going to be at those ranks making that kind of income. So of course the masses aren't going to be upset because it's not going to impact their pay necessarily unless they start recruiting, which I hope they don't.
That's right now. They're going to be excited about joining this organization. I'm not looking just to get recycled people back into this business. I'm looking for people that are going to come in here and be additive to you, that will be able to share with you techniques and things that they've been able to learn. And if we can continue doing that together, I think we're going to build something really special for the next 30 years. So I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I'm going to pause really quickly to make sure if there's any questions that came into the chat that our team was not able to answer that needs to be answered by me. And then we'll kind of get ready for the holidays and get our asses ready to be selling in 2024. So Cheryl, I don't know if there's anything that was not able to be answered.
I think the team has done a really good job at answering over 534 questions that have come in on the Q&A. So thanks, folks. I do know that there have been some requests to digest this information and have it in writing. And please note the team has worked really hard to put all that together for you. And you will be getting that in the upcoming days so you can digest it. Chris, I think that's all we have.
When I read this comment, I was singing in my head, "You're about to lose your job."
On our side, team, thank you so much for keeping up with it.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for them to digest is the affiliate piece, right? Other than that, everything else for them stays the same. And the affiliate piece is just a learning curve. I don't think that I think this is an evolution. I don't think that a lot of them are getting a bigger buying discount. A lot of them are getting, more on their affiliate.
Remember what I said just a second ago? The masses aren't going to be impacted because they're probably not at more, they're not at that 50% buying discount level. He just admitted that. He was like, they're not at more than a 35% buying discount. Exactly.
Affiliate programs. A lot of them are getting more than they've ever had from a transparency side. They're getting more product than they've ever had at any launch. So I look at this as there's just more to this that's coming for them. So from a digestive perspective, I think what they have to walk away and digest is how fast do they really want to run in 2024? Do they want to talk about having a successful business, or do they want to have a successful business? Do they want to be $100,000 income earner, or do they want to talk about being a $100,000 income earner? Those are really the things I think they got to digest. And I think they got to digest how serious of a player that they want to be. Do they want to sit back and actually live a true life?
We've entered the motivational speech aspect of this, whatever this video is.
On Facebook and Instagram and the things that are out there, or do they want to just continue to fake it until they make it? Those are personal decisions. But from a business perspective, it's business as normal. It's business as normal as we move forward with some cool enhancements and some kick-ass products. So I appreciate that being said tonight. I can't wait to see everybody. I'll be, again, starting on the road on January the 2nd, and being in, I think I start in Texas and work my way. I'll be in Syracuse, Rochester, Atlanta, Charlotte, St. Louis, Chicago,
Vegas.
Milwaukee. I think and then I'll be hitting the southern part of the like Tampa, and then I'll be moving my way to the West Coast on the end of January to see everybody. And those are going to be very simple meetings. I'll just tell you what those are going to look like. Those are going to be, for some of you guys.
Oh, I can guess. You're going to be at the front of the room. You're going to give a little speech. You're going to answer some questions. You're going to shake some hands, take some pictures, and move on to the next city. It's probably what that's going to be.
That need one-on-one time or need some group time, I'll be there 2 hours before the meeting. And then we'll be having a meeting that will be for 2 hours for everybody else to really dive in for planning to get yourself ready to be able to make some real money in 2024. It's time to kind of check back in. It's time to kind of check back into your businesses. It's time to kind of know that there is
Chris, the consultants have been checked in. You're the one that's been checked out for 20 months. So, I mean, look in the mirror, my guy.
Stable environment that you're working through and building a business around. So, again, these regionals that are on here, they're really good people with really good business sense, and they want to be able to help you. So reach out to them. They're there for a reason. They're there to be able to give you the guidance and support. They are not going to have all the answers, and they are not 100% on everything they do. But I will tell you one thing they'll do is they'll help with guiding. They'll help with giving you the information. And they will also, if there's a big issue, it'll get to me. And I promise you that. And they are here to see you help and see you succeed. There's nobody that's in this business that goes, man, I hope that person fails. every one of them get up every day to compete. Every one of them get up every day to make sure. And they've had to watch this transformation with me since May of this year. I didn't think that they understood, and they've learned a lot from that time frame that we've been able to work together and showcase where we as an organization need to really focus in on. They've also given me some great input to be able to digest and think about what's best for this organization. So for that, I applaud them. I applaud their time. I applaud them to have to work with me, because just like anything else, I know it's hard, but I have really hard days, down days as well, where when you're making these type of business evolutions of the business, it's not always, you feel like you're on an island by yourself. And they have made me feel that it's not an island, that it's kind of like Gilligan's Island. I got all of them with me, and it's actually been kind of fun some days. So I appreciate them. I appreciate the hard work. So get ready to rock.
Oh, Gilligan's Island. I grew up watching those reruns. Y'all remember that show? I wonder which character he thinks he is. Which character, if you guys remember that show, which character do you think he is?
Get ready to get ready. I would start writing big ass goals down for what you want to be able to do. You know, we had 2 people that sold over $1 million this year. We had people that sold, we had like
2 people. 2 people out of the entire company sold $1 million for the year.
I think there were 6 people that sold over $500,000 this year. I think we had over 70 people there's 60 people that sold over $200,000. We had some big time sellers.
Oh my God, y'all are funny. I'm actually surprised Cassidy. I have a fun story about Cassidy. I'll probably tell that at another time. She was real interested in what was going on with Jessie Lee when Jessie Lee announced that she was sick, and was texting me because my number's been the same for quite some time. So she had my number from when we were in slumber parties. And I probably should change it actually. But anyways, yeah, she was real interested, and then was trying to convince me that Pure Romance wasn't a multi-level marketing company. And they're making changes, and wanted to debate me or whatever. And I was like, girl, no.
So when people say, can I move some volume here? The answer
Ugh.
is yes. It's just that you have to determine what it is. And that some of them have
Hey,
done it
Tish.
traditional way of selling, and some of them have done it online. So it's really, you have to figure out what you want for 2024. So the team is being ready. It's being built. Jeff and his team are doing a great job. Cheryl and her team are doing a good job. And I think it's now time to put everything, all the rumors, all the bullshit to rest, and get back to real.
Rumors. I mean, listen, if you disappeared for 20 months and nobody knew what was going on or where you were, of course there was going to be rumors. What's going on? Is he sick? Is the company going down? What's happening? All of a sudden he's just gone. He's not showing up in any of the content or whatever that he was producing before. Clearly that's a sign that there's something going on. So of course people are going to wonder. Come on.
Really working, head down, and get your shit ready for 2024. I did curse a little bit there. My mom would not be happy, but that's just what it is. Have a great night, everybody.
Okay. We made it through the whole thing, guys. Thanks for sticking through that very long video. And we have been here for 3.5 hours. Good Lord. I appreciate you. I definitely think that we should contact, just to kind of sum up, I definitely think we should contact the Cleveland Clinic. And when I say we, I mean the anti-MLM movement. I definitely think that we should express our concerns with what they are doing and what they are endorsing, in a sense. I think that we should find out, or see if we can find out, the hospital that he was talking about, them wanting to share affiliate links. I think that we should contact Impact, the platform that they are going to be using, or currently are using, I'm not really sure, for their affiliate program. I think that we should make some noise with this. I think we should help poke some more holes in the boat so that we can maybe shut a company down together. That's what I think. Would that happen? I don't know. But I definitely think we should put the pressure. Yeah. Yeah, he did say it was a hospital in Cincinnati. So I know some of you are very good at sleuthing. Y'all are incredible. I'm going to do some searching on my own as well. And yikes. Guys, don't join an MLM. Don't join this company's affiliate program. He is trying to, in my opinion, push all of the consultants out so he doesn't have to pay them. And the top leaders especially. And he's trying to push this affiliate program so that he can basically keep that, whatever that extra share of the revenue pie, if you will, for himself, for the company, so that he doesn't have to pay that to the distributors. So yuck. Hopefully he can sell his yacht. Unbelievable. Yeah. If you have not already, if you would give me a thumbs up on the video, or thumbs down, it's fine either way. That would be cool. And if you're not subscribed, I hope that you subscribe. I hope you come back. And I typically live stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So usually around 4 p.m. Pacific time. Sometimes like today, I made it a little bit earlier. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching the whole thing. Shout out to the replay crew, whether you watch this all the way through, which would be amazing if you were able to do that, but we're 3.5 hours, so I get it. But shout out to all of you guys. Welcome to the new members. Thank you for the gifted membership and all of your commentary. I appreciate y'all so much, and I will see you on the next live stream. Bye, everybody.